1, 2. Oh, okay. I'm a professional. Don't worry. I've got this all sorted out, and I know exactly what I'm doing. Hello, everyone. How are we all? I mean, I'm only 5 minutes late. Um, so the number of things I had to do to get online today. I hadn't set up. I hadn't set everything back up after the miniature painting stream, so all the cameras were weird and doing different things, and so I got them back eventually. Although my face cam is now in a fixed aspect ratio, which is the full HD camera, which maybe actually is going to be better quality than it was before. And I've got my phone hooked up over there for Chicken Cam. Unfortunately, Chicken's not here yet. She's just asleep on the bed right now, but like she'll probably be in here sooner or later. Like she will usually turn up. And so I had to get those cameras set up. And then I started streaming. And when I started streaming, whatchamacallit, I realized that I was still aiming at CSE Sock server instead of my own, so I was like, alright, switch that over, and then I start streaming, and my microphone for some reason isn't connected because it was connected up to my, the other configuration that I was using for the miniature painting. For some reason the microphone wasn't working in two different scenes at once, so yeah, lovely the amount of things that I just fixed in 6 minutes. So I'm pretty happy with that, though, the fact that I did get all that fixed in 6 minutes. But what was I gonna say? Oh, as Antarctican was saying there, it's not the only thing that went down today. I don't know if anyone else lives in that area of Sydney, but pretty much the entire kind of eastern chunk of Sydney lost power today for about an hour. The biggest issue, I think, for you, all of you who are now on your first day after Flex Week at UNSW, well, I don't know how many of you are in that position, but the issue then was, that all of CSE's servers and stuff turned off when the power turned off, so plenty of things didn't work at that point. So that's where we are now. I'm here on stream. The power is on, as you can see. I don't think I would have survived that well if the power wasn't on. But yeah. I didn't have any particular plans or anything for the stream tonight. What did I even say in the introduction? I thought it was like maybe we'll play some games or something, because I didn't have specific ideas. I mean, for the moment, I've just been kind of, sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, like, just kind of, like, how would I describe it? Tripping and falling over through life. That's what the last few weeks have been. I know some people said to me, like, last week or the week before, when I was like, yeah, we had to go into full lockdown because we were close contact because of our local shops. And someone was like, look after yourself during lockdown. I was like, whatever, I'll be fine. And then I just like watch my mental state just sort of drift and sag, and then like, I can always tell because like I'm a late night person, but then like being a late night person means like I'll get some good work done usually like midnight to 2 a.m. kind of thing. It's actually not a bad time for working because a lot of the time no one bothers you at that point. But then when I'm up until like 4 or 5 a.m., you know that something's wrong. You know that I'm they call it like one I actually don't know what the name is for it, but like one of those mental states where you refuse to go to bed, and it's nearly like you know it's good for you, you know you need sleep and stuff like that, but you still just refuse to. And I think that is one of the signs that you're not happy with what's going on in your life at that point in time, and so you start to like, it's nearly like a self-sabotage kind of thing, and so just like staying up later and later, and then just sort of, I'm not even like, and at that point I'm not even doing any work anymore. I'm just like, watching random stuff on YouTube, or playing whatever games that I've got at the time. But like, generally once I get to that point in the evening and I'm playing games, I'm not even playing them well. you know, when you're playing games and you're enjoying it, you're in the flow and you like it. Once I get to that point, maybe I'm just grinding something, or I'm just doing something that's not really using my brain. Like if I'm playing, like I'm just looking at one of the culprits here. If I'm playing a game like Satisfactory, then I'll just do something really mindless with it. Like I'll just be watching conveyor belts go and stuff, and I won't be planning and building things well. I'll just be doing it. And whatchamacallit, the Genshin Impact low effectiveness grind, where you just go around and kill random mobs out in the wilderness, and you're not even doing anything that advances your characters in any way. Like I get into that state sometimes, and it's yeah. And I think like Lockdown does that, because like I'm usually better if I can get outside and go for a walk and stuff like that. But like the 2 weeks locked in has been a bit rough. Having said that, tomorrow I'm out. Tomorrow I actually go for my second jab for the Pfizer vaccine, which I signed up for just before this particular outbreak, so I think I got incredibly lucky there. So the demand for the vaccine was at an all-time low at that point, so there were plenty of slots available. And then I signed up, and the day after I signed up, the Bondi outbreak started. So it's, yeah. As Nicole says there, second dose of 5G. So next time I stream, I'll just come straight out of my eyeballs. I won't need these cameras, you know, there won't be any of this technical setup. Except when it crashes, my brain will crash. So we'll see how that goes. But, you know, since I've already had my first jab, I've been in pretty regular consultation with Bill over this stuff, and he says that the second jab will like get me my full wireless connectivity. So I'm looking forward to that. How are we doing, everyone? Let's see how chat's doing today. Who's here? Sulux is here. Zhao Shu is here as well. Antarctican was saying hi. Nicole said hi as well. Oh, you're appreciating the profile picture. The not profile picture, the thumbnail picture for this stream, which is taken from the CSC Sock debugging stream. So that's not actually on my channel. That's on CSC Sock's channel. If you want to go check it out. I just had a funny moment where I knew I was giving a talk on debugging. And about 20 minutes before the talk started, I decided I would play blues guitar while I was debugging. I don't know why I did that. And so, of course, if I'm going to get the guitar out and play, I went and found a hat and some sunglasses as well. so I could dress up like a very, very, I don't know, silly stereotypical jazz muso or something. and play that. But it's kind of funny because it's like it's one of the things I used to do, is play a lot of music. So I don't know if I think it added something to the talk, just even if it was just something funny to add on. Who else is here? Don Quach? I don't know, is here. I apologize if I pronounce things wrong. I will often. Ford says, Mark, want to play Deep Rock? We could play Deep Rock. I have a friend who's been getting into Deep Rock heaps. He's playing at the moment. That'd be really funny if I put him on stream and he doesn't even know. we could play Deep Rock. I actually feel bad if I play Deep Rock now and I don't ping him, because he's like, we should play, I've just got it. And he's obviously playing, he's playing right now. But if I pull him into the stream, I haven't actually spoken to him previously about whether he's okay being streamed out to people. So we'll see. I have other games as well. What else are we saying? Who else is here? Sulux is saying the recommendation of Fury and the Return of Obra Dinn. I remember you were saying that before. I hit a point where I didn't buy anything in the Steam sale because of particular reasons. Where are the particular reasons? Oh wait. I have a part of my Steam list here where I've got games that are finished. They may or may not be completely finished, but they're enough that I'm not going to play them again. So I close off some of my lists. So how many are there? 236 uncategorized. Oh no, that might be 236 total. I'm not sure. But yeah, that means that there's at least a chunk of games I don't look at. Okay, so let me see the reasons why I didn't buy anything in the Steam sale. Here's one of the reasons I didn't buy anything in the Steam sale, because I bought this in December. What else did I buy in December? This, also, It has this. I should have actually installed this. This would be an interesting one to do on stream. But just generally, these are things like this. The whole interesting game here as well that I've barely started. Things that I haven't finished, even though they've been out for years and years and years. They're all on this list of things. I think we were talking about this yesterday on Discord. People were talking about having lists of books that they want to read and stuff, and this is my list of things. This is made by a friend of mine, actually. Pretty cool. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of stuff there, and things that, like, honestly, am I going to play all of these? This is me going to, like, a retro phase where I bought all of the old X-Wing and TIE Fighter games. And I'm like, I love them. I loved them 20 years ago, but I don't know how well they've aged at this point. And so it's like, that's the, they call it the pile of shame sometimes, and so those are the things I've purchased and not played. Oh, actually, this is one that I purchased and I've only played a tiny bit as well. So there's so many games. And so when the recent Steam sale came up, I put a bunch of stuff in my cart, and then I just went, nah, you can't do it. You gotta stop. You can't just buy stuff. So there's a thing that I think I've talked about before, and we see a lot, which is the separate hobbies. There's one hobby which is playing computer games, and that's the hobby that we're happy to talk about. You know, we're happy to say I play computer games. Like it's one of my hobbies, and it's fun. It's good. It's what we do. The other hobby that we don't like to talk about too much is the purchasing of computer games, and that is the hobby that we all partake in at an asymmetric level to the actual playing of computer games. So if we only bought a computer game every time we completely finished and didn't want to play anymore another previous computer game, then we would have an actually perfectly efficient Steam library. But no one has that. Everyone's got those games that are like, oh, I think I might be able to play them sometime in the future. You know, this is actually a really good game. But I still have only played half of it. It's two separate stories. And it's like two stories viewed from two different directions. And I've played all of the first one, and I started the second one, and I thought, oh yeah, when I've got time, I'll sit down and play it. Which is really weird, because it doesn't take that long. It's literally like this game, you could finish the whole game. It's meant to be really good. I haven't finished it in one day. But when did I buy it? Last played April 2015, you know? So, yeah, pretty funny. Ford saying, Mark, is that the Gorillas as your profile pic for Steam? Yes, it is. It's the cover of Demon Days. I used to be really, really obsessed with the Gorillas, so I used to have, like, pictures of them and stuff as my kind of online identity all over the place. I wonder if I have a little vinyl toy of Noodle, the bassist from... No, not bassist, guitarist from the Gorillas. I'm just looking if it's on my shelf somewhere. I don't think it is. I can see the box for it in amongst my books over there, but it's I don't think I've got the actual figure in here. I can't remember where I last had it. I last had it in an office that I worked in, and then it'll be in a box, which is everything I took from that office and then I placed somewhere and never unpacked, which totally happens. I'm sure everyone else gets that as well. Oh, so Sulux was saying... what was it? Fury and Return... Oh, wait. Fury was one game, and Return of Obra Dinn was the other. What's Fury? Oh, classy. I like the art style. Is it a combat game? Very positive. Always nice to see. Low numbers means it's like an indie thing. Similar to Cyberpunk. I don't think so. Maybe artistically. It looks like a fighty game, hey. Looks too fast for the likes of me. Return of the Obra Dinn. Wow, look at this style. Look at that. Lovely artistic style going on here. Very old school as well. Solo developer. That looks really, really interesting. I have this funny thing where, like, I see games and I go, that looks really interesting. Then they'll go on a list somewhere. And then we'll see whether I actually get there or not. It's always like that. Okay. What are people saying? Oh, and you're talking about the Obra Dinn story is definitely on the side of dragging yourself out of the dumps type stuff. So that's relevant. Okay, one thing that I wanted to say, one thing that I was thinking about earlier today is, I don't know how many of you are in lockdown, how many of you are in Sydney at the moment. So if you're in Sydney, you're in lockdown. If you're not in Sydney, maybe you're off doing something else, which is nice. But even then, you're probably not able to get out so much. And so what I wanted to say is that, like, we were talking yesterday on Discord, and it was a lot of we were getting very doom and gloom, and I wasn't helping either because I was getting doom and gloom as well. And I feel like that's not the role I should be playing in our conversation. So if you start getting doom and gloom, I'm supposed to be the person who's at least going to give you a hand and say, look, there are other ways that we can, like, get out of this and move on and make a positive impact on the world in some way or another. And so what I wanted to say to everyone is, I have a piece of homework for you. And this is something that I think that you can do anytime in the next few days or whatever, because Sydney is now in reasonably bad COVID situation. It's spreading a fair bit. The whole of Sydney is on a nearly complete lockdown at the moment. Well, those are the rules, at least. I don't know how well everyone's following them, but those are the rules. So the piece of homework that I've got for everyone is reach out to someone who lives in Sydney, especially if you can, someone who you don't usually talk to, but someone who you're friends with. I mean, you could reach out to a random person if you want to, but reach out to someone who you're friends with. Maybe you haven't spoken to them in a long time, whatever, and they live in Sydney, and just say hi. You know, that's it. You don't have to do more than that. Just say hi. Because I think if we start doing stuff like that, you know, we want to bring a human connection back in. And I'm happy for people if you want to hop on the Discord here and just, like, you know, let us know how things go. Like, I think it might be a nice thing to do, and I think plenty of people who are in Sydney at the moment probably not in great shape. They're probably in a reasonably difficult position at the moment. Hello, someone's there saying hi. Yeah, I think it might be a nice thing to do. So just reach out, say hi to someone, try to get some human connection. This might be really good for you because you're locked down, or this might be really good for them because they're locked down. Either way, it's going to be a good thing. And I think that should be a nice thing to do in general, and a nice thing to do more often. I have this kind of thing sometimes where I think about friends. I think about friends who I don't see anymore and stuff. People who I've known and had a really good relationship when we were spending a lot of time together, but we've just kind of disappeared. So we've disappeared from each other's lives, and that kind of thing. But that doesn't mean I don't think that they're still great people, but I just don't really reach out. Which is odd because I spend all my time reaching out to people like yourselves and stuff. But still, it's just what happens, I guess. And, you know, you have friends drift apart, that kind of thing. It can be difficult. So what I'm saying is, just say hi to someone. I think it'd be really cool. I think we can lift each other up in a way, and that gives us something to do as well while we're all kind of locked up. Sulux is correcting me here. Gorillas, not the gorillas. Such an old school way of referring to bands, I think, the way I talk about them. And you asked me about whether I've heard and listened to Song Machine. I have a little bit. I streamed their live concert when they did that mid last year, I want to say. I can't remember exactly when it was. That was pretty cool. I appreciated what they did with that. I actually saw them when they came to Sydney in, I want to say, sometime around 2005 to 2007. Can't remember exactly when it was. Live show was pretty awesome as well, so it was cool. What are we talking about? Izzy was saying you bought some games, but they don't run on your computer, so you're waiting till you get an upgrade. Computer can't run Half-Life or GTA San Andreas. Sad. Wow. Your computer must be pretty old. Or it's a computer that's like, specifically like a working computer, so it doesn't have a graphics card. It's just all business and all productivity rather than gaming machine. It's a tough time right now, I think, to buy a gaming computer because, you know, worldwide shipping and manufacturing is pretty badly affected at the moment. And anytime graphics cards come on the market, Bitcoin miners take them. So I've never seen top tier graphics cards at the kind of prices there are now. It was like $3,000 for a top tier graphics card, I think, for a 3090, and it's just like, that is nuts. That's like doubling the price of the computer. Like, I was happy to spend good money on a graphics card. Like, I'm the kind of person who will get up to like $1,000 for a graphics card, and I thought that was excessive. I thought I'm being a bit early adopter like that, and going too all in. But $3,000, I reckon that's only for people who are expecting to make that much money out of it, which is a bit sad for people who just want to play games with it. But I guess we can all just buy lower end graphics cards. We don't need 3090s. Like, I'm running a 3060, and it plays like all games at a reasonable level. I think Cyberpunk was the only game recently that really taxed it and made me drop the settings from maximum. So I think we can be pretty chill with them if we're just gaming, but at the same time, even the lower end graphics cards are still quite expensive at the moment. Hexus once said Euro Truck Simulator. What is the gameplay like in Euro Truck Simulator? Like, is it... Oh wow, people are streaming it. Wow, I'm gonna be streaming someone else streaming. Wait, you're literally just driving the truck, are you? Yeah. But I assume there's more than that, right? It's a simulator game, so you have to plan your route and your fuel and what you're carrying and stuff like that. I just assume, I don't know. I don't know if that audio is coming through. Hang on. Okay, computer audio will be coming through. Just need to... I think I need to turn on my noise reduction on my... Oh, where is it? Hang on. On my microphone. If I'm gonna have my speakers on. Okay. So, what are we saying there? Oh, right. Not too much planning, mostly just chill vibes. Personally like to drive at 2 times the speed limit, and then it plays like Crazy Taxi. Thank you, Hexus1. That seems like a great idea. I think a lot of the simulation games is like, you do the thing that you're supposed to do, and then you do the thing that maybe you're not supposed to do, but it's kind of fun. I showed people my Satisfactory stuff, right? Like, my absolute, like, god-awful mess of my first Satisfactory factory, but also the massive hyperloop jumps that I made and stuff. They were a lot of fun. Other games people are talking about. Hamish was talking about Stanley Parable, and Beginner's Guide. Yeah, at some point I should probably get into them. And Sulux was saying that the Obra Dinn was made by the Papers, Please guy, so it's going to be kind of depressing, I assume. Oh, Tawaka said you forgot about this stream. Don't worry, I haven't done anything yet. I'm in the standard Marc stream preamble where I just talk about stuff and then we decide what we're going to do. Oh, am I able to see the flag you made in the server? Tawaka is saying the Minecraft server. I haven't, actually. I haven't been on the Minecraft server. I missed the Ender Dragon event that people were doing. I think it was just because it was like 7 p.m. on a Sunday. I was like, no, I'm going to be having dinner at that point, right? But people enjoyed it. apparently. I dropped in afterwards. It was like 8:30 p.m. I dropped in. There's still people in chat, so I just hung out and said hi for a bit. Do you have any pictures? You can put pictures in here if you want. Where are we going? Izzy said it was an interesting conversation. I'm not sure which conversation that was. I'm jumping between topics and I'm like behind on chat. Donna thinks it's a good idea. I think that was the thing about reaching out to people and saying hi. I think it'll be nice. I think we should all do it. I think it's really good. Especially because you might just remember that you're friends with someone and they might remember that they're friends with you, and then it might be really nice. Oh, sweet. So, this is the, I think, CSC Sock, yeah. CC Sock Minecraft server. And so it was like, the Minecraft server was put up during Pride Month. And I can see here NAIDOC Week as well. So, like, represent, definitely. Very, very cool. So Twaka's put up the trans flag there. And that, I know because most of the other flags that went up on the server were done by people with, like, with cheats on, because they were just the server admins and stuff like that. But Twaka actually built this piece by piece on your own with like getting the actual materials to put it together. So big ups to that. It's pretty amazing. Oh, whoops. I clicked to open original over here instead. Yeah, very, very cool. Represent. Yes. Awesome. I don't know if you can read that. It says trans rights. Okay, where else are we? Easy as like 3,000. Wow. Probably buy a secondhand gaming laptop. Yeah. Yeah, I think they'd be okay. Secondhand gaming laptops might be a little bit fiddly though, because I've got a laptop which is the same kind of thing that people might buy as a secondhand, and there's tiny fans on the laptop, have to spin up to full speed all the time anytime you do anything, and they rattle as well because they've been in use for so long and stuff. So could get awkward, but might be okay. But, you know, you take what you can get sometimes. Like, not everyone's got, you know, an extra sort of $5,000 to just drop on a gaming PC. That's big money, and it's not easy to come by, especially not when you're a student. Okay. Oh, is he saying you know someone who drives Euro Truck worse than GTA? Oh my god. Just smashing cars out of the way. Antarctican. Round of applause. That's pretty funny. Antarctican said, I played a bit of the game, but everyone was on the wrong side. I always love that when you're, where were we? Oh no, this was in Australia. I was on a road trip in Australia. Remember when we could go on road trips? Actually, that wasn't that long ago. We could still go on road trips like 6 months ago, even during the pandemic. But, I was out driving and, like, you know, it was a long distance trip. Like, I can't remember how far we were driving, like 7 or 8 hours or something like that. And so we'd take turns, he's driving, and then, like, I let the American guy drive. Yeah. You can already see where this is going. Middle of the night, out in the country, not that bad. Like, we survived, obviously, because I'm here now. But he just turned right, and just like his instinct kicked in when he turned right, and he turned into the oncoming traffic lane when he turned into a road. We were like, ah! Like 3 Australians screaming, one American going, "What's wrong?" "Oh crap!" And then sorting out where we're supposed to be. Very different in real life, but I can totally see that happening in games. I do that a lot, actually. I do that a lot when I'm in any kind of, like, you know, all the GTAs and stuff like that, because in GTA you don't really have to care where you drive, you just go nuts. You know, some games you're in trouble if you drive the wrong way, but other games it's like, nah, there's a gap, I'm just gonna find my way through it. Plenty of the GTA genre, you can have minimal respect for traffic rules and you'll probably get away with it. They don't really send the police after you unless someone like dies or something. Yeah. Izzy's like, okay, yeah, Mark, Hexus 1 is a mad Euro Truck player. Tawaka's saying you missed it too, so you missed the Ender Dragon event. That's okay. I heard it was pretty funny though, because I heard that they had to up the difficulty of the dragon, and so people with like full nether armor, they were saying we're getting one shot by the dragon, and so it was like you had to just put a a steady stream of people to die to the dragon while other people were hitting it or something like that. Um. Oh, Antarctica says, is the stream stuttering? I don't know. Looking at mine, the connection is strong. I'm getting decent connection going through. Hexa says, oh hey, it's the giant nether portal stack. I assume that? I don't really know what nether portals look like, but that looks weird. Oh, wait. Are these nether portals? No, I assume that's just, like, stuff. Anyway. Oscar asks, did anyone watch the UFC? I did not watch the UFC. I don't really watch that much UFC. It's weird because I used to do a lot of martial arts and stuff. So I did judo for, it would have been like nearly 10 years. I did kung fu for like 6 or 7 years and stuff like that. But I don't really watch that much fighting. And when I do watch fighting, I'm like, ooh, did you see that? And I kind of like see the, like, I get enough out of it. I know enough about it to get stuff out of it. But I don't really get into watching it that much. I think I'm too busy gaming. I hardly watch any sports at all, actually. Someone knocked out his opponent, did 3 or 4 shoeies, then left. What's a shoey? It's like things that I don't know. Hamish is saying that there are ways to get a decent computer. Oh, $2 an hour with a virtual machine, is it? GCP virtual machine? I'm not sure exactly what that is. Ford saying you've been watching F1. I've got a friend who like totally gets into F1. I think it's like, so for me, the thing that if I watch anything and I still kind of keep up with it, but not that much, is the Tour de France. Because I used to actually like ride bikes a lot and race a tiny bit, not much. Like I was never good enough to really race. Some of like the Australian races and stuff become like some of the best cyclists in the world. So it's pretty hard to keep up even in local races. Um, but I used to like follow the Tour de France a lot, and I think the Tour de France is very similar to F1, where you've got the teams, you've got the personalities, you've got the politics, you've got like the what happens in this round of the competition. So with the Tour de France, it's like today these people are going to go after this particular stage of the race, but other people are going to hang back for different reasons, and like, and you see and like you get into it, and it gets quite exciting. There's actually simulation games on it, like, you know, F1 simulator. There's a Tour de France simulator called Pro Cycling Manager and stuff. I used to play that a little bit, and then it was like, okay, I can't be bothered. It's like certain levels of simulation. I think different games, depending on how much nitty gritty you have to do, it changes whether or not I can handle it. So there was one I've been playing recently. Thank you, Windows. No, I don't need to know about that. 2 Point Hospital. It's quite comedic, but it's still got a little bit of work into it. Like, you got to get the rooms, you've got to get the staff in the rooms, and then you have to get everything balanced and keep everything clean and all this kind of stuff. I didn't get too deep into it. I mean, like 23 hours, that is reasonably deep, but I didn't get super deep into it because it got to the point where it's like, okay, I've seen enough. Like, it's like just organizing things, which can be fun, but sometimes it just reminds you too much of work. Oh my god, Nicole said a shoey is where you drink alcohol out of your shoe. That's pretty full on. Yeah. Xenocide saying F1's actually interesting now, not like Lewis Hamilton winning every race anymore. Yeah, it is much more interesting when the same person isn't winning all the time. And Ford is saying, yes, F1 has so much strategy. Yeah. Like, I know all that kind of stuff is very, like, very tight, you know. And it's like the different teams with their different tech. And you go, these people, you know, they've got the setup for this kind of circuit, and so you see whether they can actually pull it off and win on those particular circuits. And also, like in the Tour de France, it's like this team was built for the mountains, this other team was built for the flat sprints and stuff, and you see who you think's gonna win, and like the personalities clashing between them. The current Tour de France is run on right now. Actually, it's really interesting because this guy who is like one of the elder statesmen of the Tour de France, a guy named Marc Cavendish, who was I think the most successful sprinter of the era before this one. So like seriously, he was winning sprints 10 years ago in the Tour de France, and he got back in this year nearly, I think he was nearly as a reserve for someone else, and he's won 3 or 4 of the stages of the tour so far. So he's won like a quarter of the tour. If you count each day as an individual race, he's won multiple of them. And it was really funny seeing a couple of things he was saying, because like he just knows it so well that he was just looking at the other teams. And in the interviews afterwards, because he's in his 30s now, he doesn't care. He doesn't actually have to win anything to already be solidified as one of the greatest cyclists of his generation. So what he's doing is he's just going, okay, this team did this team did this, and it's wrong because of this, and they used the wrong strategy because of this, and this is how I beat them. And it was just like, oh, he's just dismantling their strategy because he just knows it so well. And I have a feeling that like he's winning because he's calm and he does exactly the right thing when he tries to win. But remarkably, I think for a sprinter in his 30s, he's still physically winning, because like sprinters are usually like sort of people in their mid 20s with like gargantuan thighs who are just like, they're like racehorses, they're like powerhouses. They just they win through sheer power. But he's saying that you don't just win through sheer power. You actually need the right tactics in those final kind of 30 seconds before the finish line, and he's beating them through that, which is super impressive. Because there's very rarely been a sprinter that age winning at that level. It's usually like the way the human body goes is like you're fast and you're reactive from probably the age of about 15 through to your mid 20s, and then if you're in your mid 30s or older, that kind of thing, you've got better endurance. Like you can actually survive longer in things, but you can't necessarily explode with power at the same level. And so it's really interesting that he should have transitioned further over into being more of an endurance sports person, but he's still beating the young people with the sprinting, which is kind of cool. Is he saying you didn't get the strategy much when you're a kid, but you could get back into it? Yeah, totally. I could totally see that. Dean's saying, how is Lockdown 2 going, 2.0 going for me? I'm not great right now. I feel like I'm sort of sagging. I was nearly like going to try to take some pressure off myself by taking some leave or something and just take a week or two off and just chill. But I think it's worse if I don't have anything else to do. This is really good. This Monday stream is really good. I will feel good for a little while after this because I'm just hanging out and talking to people and stuff, right? Which is deeply ironic because I'm not really talking with people. I'm just talking at you. I realized that my life over the past few years has been me talking and other people listening to me, and I wonder how much I now ruin social situations because I'm just used to everyone having to stop and listen to me, no matter how many people there are in a room. And I've gotten really good at filling the space like I'm doing now. Like I don't even have a specific topic we're talking about, but I've just talked for about 40 minutes without needing a break or anything. So it's very weird. If I ever get in a social situation again, I'll let you know. It's okay. We're going to come out of this sooner or later. We'll be okay. Oscar said I should play Prison Architect. I feel like that's too much like working at a university. I just felt like saying that. There's actually this game, 2 Point Hospital, is getting a sequel called 2 Point Campus, where you build a university, and I'm just like, I'm so in. Yes, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna love this game, but it's not gonna be out until next year. So, this genre though, there's so much good stuff in this genre. Wait, where is it? Oh, I thought that I'd be able to click on the genre. No, it's in the store page. Yeah. Where are the categories? I thought they were on the right somewhere. Oh, yeah, here it is. Management games, I guess. simulation slash management games. There's so many cool games in this genre, but they're very specific, right? Because they're very much games about patience and building up systems that interact with each other and balancing things and stuff like that. It's really fun. I was really bad at them when I was younger because I just wanted my games to have like just outright violence. But nowadays I'm much better at it, where I can like actually kind of manage things and let them manage themselves, that kind of thing. Um, Ford saying Drive to Survive on Netflix hooks you. Yeah, I watched a little bit of that. There was a few of those documentaries that came out recently. So there was the Michael Jordan documentary, and then Drive to Survive, and there's a couple of little things like that. And they seemed really cool. Hexus One saying co-op Prison Architect. Oh, there you go. Tour de France 2020. It's on sale, 70% off because the Tour de France is running now. I don't think I'll bother. I've got like an old, like 2013 version of it, and I'm just like, I didn't even get that deep into it. Let's have a look at Prison Architect. See, the thing is, I'm not going to buy it now. Wait, Prison Architect 1. Is there a Prison Architect 2? I swear there's a 3D version, right? Hang on. No, it's only one. I don't know why I thought there was a 3D version of this game. And you're saying it's co-op. Hmm. Well, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. I'm trying not to buy stuff at the moment, so I have a lot of good stuff in my library anyway. Um Wow, I didn't realize that there's so much love for F1 out of everyone watching. That's really cool. 40 years Cavendish is a champ, world champ even. Yes. Cavendish was the world champion in, I want to say, 2012, 2013. Was it around then? It was around then. He's funny. He's funny because he's just like wait, is he Welsh? English Welsh or something? And so he's kind of a straight shooter. Cause like that kind of um the way some British people will just fire off truth bombs at people is a lot of fun. Um, Izzy saying, I reckon if we did a poll, a lot of people would not be doing great. This is after like Dean's question about like that, and Dean has sent me a a really cool elbow handshake emoji, which is a lot of fun. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think the thing is like we're all locked down at the moment, and it is rough. It's a rough life right now, and so the best we can do is put our effort into helping each other out. The interesting thing that I've heard, I don't really know. I was about to say I'm not a scientist, and I was like, oh no, I'm literally a scientist. I'm a university lecturer. I'm the people they go to when they want to know about science. But I don't know the science of this because I'm not that good at psychology, but helping other people helps you. So when you're down and when you're like depressed and stuff like, I'm not talking about like actual clinical depression, like you need proper professional help for that kind of thing. But if you're just not feeling good, because of external pressures and life is difficult at the moment, you can get a bit out of helping other people. So you can actually get a bit out of just like, as I was saying, that's why I wanted to say we should do that homework, right? Reach out to someone random, not completely random, but you know, someone who you're friends with, you haven't spoken to in a while, and you know they're in Sydney, so you know they're probably struggling. Um, it's a good time to just say hi. So that's the homework. Never escape, even in a social stream with me, because I've been your teacher. I will give you work to do. Um, J-Man said Steam shopping stream. I should have streamed during the sale and then just bought everything that people told me to. I see other streamers doing that, but I'm feeling that that's because they're on Twitch and people are donating hundreds of dollars at a time to them. Um, Me, it's just like, oh, I'm just using my own money. Nicole said, isn't Cavendish a type of banana? I think it is. I remember seeing Cavendish in the supermarket and making jokes to my partner about it riding away really quickly or something. Ford Hughes said, England of some sort. Right. If they call him the Manx missile because he's from the Isle of Man, and I don't know where in the UK or Britain or that area that the Isle of Man is. He has a bit of an accent, but I don't know whether it's a Welsh accent or something like that. Again, I don't know. My top tier of things that I've done in this regard is I met someone and talking for a while. Obviously, I could detect an accent, so I asked him which part of what did I say? I said something really bad. I said, which part of England are you from? And he goes, I'm Irish. And I was like, oh, wait, you've been at war for thousands of years. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. He was kind of okay with it. He was like, "That's fine, that's fine. Like, not all Australians can tell all of us apart, and we can't kind of tell all of you apart either." It's like, that's good, because no one can tell us New Zealanders apart anyway. Which is why we claim all successful New Zealanders as if they're Australians. Hello, crowded house. Fortin Island, where's that? I should have said that. I should have doubled down. Then it would have been funny. Um, Oh, and Tactic saying Prison Architect 3D mode was left undiscovered for ages or something. Like had a secret hidden button that would turn it 3D. Wow. All right, and people are saying super experimental and buggy 3D mode. I don't know why I thought it was 3D. Maybe there was a different game that had that in it. Um, is he saying you actually had a nice day? You went for a long walk around the oval nearby, I guess, and sat in the park and talked to a friend on the phone for ages. That's really nice. I think this is what my doctor was saying to me because my doctor was like, you're you need to do these things for your mental health, and he was kind of like, get some exercise every day. Your sleep patterns are weird, but you need to, even if your sleep patterns are weird, you need to get some, like, go outside and get some sunlight on you and trigger the awake time hormones rather than the nighttime hormones. Like, you need to get that balance and rhythm going in your life. And I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. And then we went into lockdown. Like, wake up, roll out of bed, and sit here in front of my computer, which is my nighttime perspective. But I do that in the morning when I get up, and I think that's the kind of thing that's been eroding my mental health for the past few weeks. And I don't see it getting any better. We're not about to like get better. Our number of cases are going up, not down. So we're all gonna have to try to look after ourselves in one way or another. Um, Clarissa, my skin hasn't felt the sun in weeks. Um, Minimum, open a window, you know. But having said that, it's just been raining the last few days as well, so I'm sure that doesn't help. Uh, Clarissa, I noticed that you had a status the other day on your Discord that you're waiting for Ayaka. So are you are a Genshin Impact player, right? I think I remember you asking me about Genshin Impact ages ago when you were asking who I was playing and stuff like that. Did you know that UNSW has a Genshin Impact Society? I've been spending some time with them. It's pretty funny. Kazuha did not come home. Oh, that's so sad. Kazuha's my best boy. He's so good. I shouldn't say that. Oh, you got Diluc. Oh no. J-Man didn't get Kazuha. Okay, sorry. We're getting too detailed about Genshin. For everyone who doesn't play Genshin, it's a really funny game. Yeah. It's it's a game where you unlock characters via a random process, so you won't always get the character that you think you want. Yeah. Yeah, Mitch is saying, didn't I lose the 50? Yes, I lost the 50-50 for Kazuha, and then I won Kazuha 19 rolls afterwards, which is like super, super unlikely. For those people who don't know, you basically roll for characters and you may or may not get them. Um, your guarantee of getting a character happens around 70 rolls, so you get all this other random stuff in between, just materials for upgrading other things, basically. And so usually if the roll has failed, you have to wait like another 70 before you get it. And I got it 20 afterwards, so I got super, super lucky. I did the stream. I did it live with Genshin Sock Gensock. I don't know what they're calling themselves, Genshin Sock or Gensock. And it was pretty funny because we are on stream and I'm like, oh, I've lost the role for this particular character. I'll live with it. I'll be fine. Let's just throw some more rolls in because I might want some of the other characters and materials and stuff that I might pick up. And then I picked up the rare one that I wasn't supposed to be able to get. So that was yeah, that was pretty good. And so the UNSW Genshin talks about me like I have streamer luck because I do these streams and stuff, and I'm the lecturer that's in the society and stuff. So they always laugh that I'm getting really, really good luck, which I find deeply ironic because if anyone has like the money to put into the game to alter their luck to be better, like I'm the one with the full-time job, right? So I can spend money on it if I want to, yet I don't have to because I just keep getting really lucky instead. So it's pretty funny. What are people saying? Easy Gray, my favorite language, Genshin. I assume you don't play, but you have to listen to it a lot. Yeah, J-Man saying it's 90 guarantee, 75 just gives a better chance. Yeah, I think the odds go up to like very, very high, around 75, right? Like if you get up to like into the 80s, then you've been incredibly unlucky. Which has happened to a lot of people. Shiitake said Genshin is your full-time job. Lovely. I love how prevalent that game is. I didn't realize how prevalent it was. But I mean, I could also say the same thing. If I start talking about Minecraft, people are going to be like, everyone plays that as well. I realize that these are often the games that are free to begin with. Dean was asking where Chicken is. Let me just... Because she's not here. Because there's somewhere really comfortable that she can be. Because she's on the bed right now. And like... Sometimes I like to do this thing sometimes where I will take the Duna on the bed and form it into like a little like circle or a channel, which is just about the right size for her to sit inside it with like piles of stuff around her. And it's like, we call it the cat trap because she will always go for it. And then she'll snuggle up there and then she's happy and then she'll be there for hours because she'll feel like I've got a nest. And it's more exciting than the nests that are around the house because we have little like, you know, little fluffy cat houses and stuff like that, or little cat beds around so that she's always got somewhere that she sits, but she doesn't even bother with them. But if I make a new one out of the Duna, it's always exciting for her. Give me 1 second. I'll see if she's there or not. Maybe if I'm feeling mean, I will bring her out here so that you can see her. Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. She's so happy. She's like curled up to the point where her head is like upside down. And so she's in a little circle upside down. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to bother her. She looks so happy. So chicken cam's not going to be very useful at the moment. Nicole said your friends who play Genshin basically have a gambling addiction. 100%. That's what Genshin's all about. It's really about gambling. Well, I mean, there's a whole like Zelda clone game in there, which is quite a good game. But also there's gambling. And Easy's like Minecraft is greater than Genshin. Fight me. I would agree because I think that Genshin has like just sort of openly predatory monetization practices. So we've got to say that, right? And it doesn't have the freedom of creativity that Minecraft has. So I'd say that Minecraft is like, I don't know if I'm reaching too far by saying this, but I would say that for the last decade, so from about, say, I had to look to see what year it was. I'm like, are we in 2021 or 2022? So let's say from 2011 to 2021, that decade, if there is only one computer game in that decade, it is Minecraft. Because I think no computer game has had the kind of reach and has had the kind of effect on people and the landscape of what computer games are than Minecraft has. I think Minecraft is potentially the most important computer game of the last decade. I can't say that for certain. Also, I don't even know if it was even out in 2011, was it? Did it come out afterwards? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. For the time it's been out, I think it has it has definitely changed the landscape. So if you look at the entire kind of genres of building, crafting, and survival games that have appeared and become so prevalent since then, I'm pretty sure Minecraft has spawned most of that. And also, it's kept going. Like, it hasn't faded out like any other games have. It's still relevant, and it's still kind of like thought of as a really great game as the kind of first game to give people to play computer games. But it's not just a first game that people move on from. There's actually not a great need to move on from it because it's so interesting and has so much depth that you could keep playing it, and you could play it as like a, like, even if you yourself move from a demographic of someone who's just discovering computer games to someone who's like really, really deep into computer games, there's still stuff to do in Minecraft when you go deep. So there's just something about it that makes it yeah, makes it, if there is one game, it's the game. That's what it feels like to me. Dean's like, fair, leave a B for chicken. Yeah. And Ford's saying Minecraft is GOAT. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Xenocide is talking about Genshin. It's a good game until AR 40, Adventure Rank 40, which is like the leveling system in a sense. Because the whole game levels, but your characters level separately to the game. And then it's like, it's a good game until then, and it's literally a slot machine. It gets grindy. Yeah. Dean also thinks that's not reaching too far. The other thing that I find super, super interesting is that Minecraft has kind of changed the landscape as a computing educator. Like, as a computing educator, I can now assume that Minecraft is a just such a commonplace thing. And, like, even more importantly, the number of people who have told me that the reason they're now in computing is Minecraft. Because they're first learning about abstract systems and relationships between components in abstract systems was playing Minecraft as a child. And I'm just like, that is super, super interesting. And it got them into that kind of systemic thinking that gets them into being interested in maybe doing computer programming and stuff like that as a profession. So, very, very interesting how that has shifted the landscape. And Shiitake is saying Minecraft managed to bridge a generational gap and its reach is insane. Yeah, totally. Clarissa, League of Legends. Okay. If we say there's only one game in the last decade and we're talking about esports, it is probably League of Legends. But if we also say which game is the game that is the hotbed for the most toxicity in gaming culture, and the reason why so many people don't want to get into gaming because it's a bunch of immature boys attacking whoever they don't like in that particular week, then League of Legends gets really high up in that ranking, just behind Call of Duty. So, I don't know. I'm a bit so-so about League of Legends. I don't mind the game, but I never really got into it. Having said that, I never really got into Minecraft either. I was too busy grinding something somewhere else. Like, I was like too busy running the same dungeons over and over again in World of Warcraft or Diablo 3 or something. You can tell by now, like, if you want to profile me as a gamer, grindy RPGs are totally my thing. But there's heaps of other things that are kind of grindy games that I'll get into. Like, Satisfactory is nearly a grindy game. You know, I mean, it's more creative than that, but it is kind of. Even Deep Rock Galactic, that we've got here people talking about earlier, is a kind of a grindy game depending on how you play it. Yeah. And there's only like the much older games where before I discovered grinding the hell out of games. I think we had this conversation before where I opened my Borderlands 3 here in 22 days and 8 hours. And then you know Marc's a grindy player. I've hit endgame in Borderlands 3 so many times now. Every time they hit the level cap, I hit the new level cap, I grind up a new set of weapons, because the meta shifts between things. I grind up a new set of gear and stuff, make a new build, and kind of finish everything in the game, and then I hop out again, and I wait until they raise the level cap, and I hop back in and I do it. It's just like, it's so drugs. It's just drugs. I'm so glad that my drugs are computer games and not real drugs, because I think I've got that kind of mindset where I could really get into real drugs. Okay, what are we saying in chat? Easy, Minecraft is good because it has many blocks. Blocks good. Clarissa said Minecraft is a good first game for people who don't have motion sickness. That is totally a thing. I've got a friend who is a full-on gamer, loves games, plays heaps of games, but has motion sickness. So first-person shooters are kind of out for him. But, you know, there's plenty of games now that aren't first-person, so there's plenty of things that are out there. Ford's playing Apex Legends at the moment, saying that just jumped in with a random thing. Alexok needs to do a redstone tutorial. That'd be kind of cool. I heard that Sabine is like the master of redstone. I was told that like if I wanted to learn redstone, she's like world famous in what she's been doing with redstone. So it's like that could be really cool. As far as I know, redstone is the material. Is it a material or a mod that people use to do actually make calculation things in Minecraft, which could be a lot of fun. Easy saying, yeah, even aliens probably have Minecraft. Someone said before something about aliens, right? I can't remember. I saw it in chat, but I didn't say anything about it. I don't know. Anyway, Antarctican said first programming experience was Scratch. I see that a lot of people. I think that people have put a lot of effort into trying to help people with programming literacy at like a primary school level. And I think Scratch is one of those things where when you think about learning syntax of programming, it's like really kind of shitty. It's not great. It's different for every language. It's one of those things that I consider to be designed for the machine, not designed for the human. Syntax is designed for the machine, and that's why it's hard to learn, because we have to wrap our head around it, right? And our brain doesn't really work that way. Whereas when you have things that are designed for humans, they're more intuitive. And so syntax is that. But the logic of behavior of programs is something that's much more human. You can kind of go, this happens, then this happens. If this happens, we go this way. If the other thing happens, we go the other way. Those kinds of things. Oh, Ford's like CSGO, surely. I think this is what I was talking about. Which games are the most toxic? But yes, there's the whole series of games. I think it's like there's the rules for which games are going to be toxic is like competitive games, games where they're all about skill, and the narrative is pushed to the side and stuff. So it's not about escapism. It's not about getting into the feel for something. It's really about dominating other human beings. And the attitude that it takes to dominate other human beings is always something that sort of brings out parts of our personality sometimes that we may not appreciate. Like, I've played a lot of competitive games. Not as much computer games, but I think a lot of other games. So even games in sports and stuff, like I competed in rock climbing a bit when I was a uni student. And I've played like, because, I get into Warhammer. Warhammer is nearly entirely one-on-one games of different kinds. And all of those games, I always have to take a break. Like, I can't make them a permanent pastime because I get more and more into competing with people, and it brings out part of my attitude that I really don't like. Because I know that, like, myself, but not just me, but, like, we've all got the capacity for this kind of... One, two. One, two? Test 1, 2. Are we back? My stream is now definitely sending from my end. I'll wait for YouTube to pick it up. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're back now. So where are we going? Oh, where people were back in chat there talking about Redstone. Izzy was like, find out one of your favorite metal bands has a bunch of members who stream on Twitch and one keeps playing Witcher 3. I think I love that's totally a thing now. Um, Talking about that point, a friend and I were discussing this ages ago. This is really funny because he's a really good friend of mine who we've been playing games together for at least 20 years. Um, he's now like one of the sort of main managers at Atlassian, and it was really really funny because he said to me the other day, it was like, I interviewed someone the other day, um, and you came up in the interview because they're a UNSW student, and he'd gone to UNSW, so he was like, oh, let's check if they know Mark, and then whoever it was that interviewed for Atlassian recently for an internship said to this friend of mine, was like, yeah, when Mark turns up at like the barbecue, it's like a rock star appearing there. I was just like, because that's what he messaged me. He messaged me, he's like, apparently you're a rock star at CSC. I was like, yes. Pretty funny. I mean, this isn't the first time this has happened. I had another friend of mine ping me from Google just going, I just interviewed one of your people. And they cited you as someone who had taught them something, and I was just like, yeah, very very silly, but funny, yeah. What have we got? Oh, people are quoting me now. Hamish is like, I think I've got the mindset where I could really get into real drugs. uh, I mean, it's kind of like I can't be the only one. Heaps of us have kind of compulsive personalities, one way or another. Clarissa saying taking Mark out of context. There was in the in the debugging talk I gave last week, I used this example of like, don't go into your programming unprepared. Like, don't just start hacking code without having a plan for what you want to do with it. It's like you're being like Bear Grylls and you just get dropped in the wilderness and you just survive with no plan and stuff. And it's like I think I ended up saying, I want you to program without drinking your own piss. It was like immediately on the CSC Sock Discord, quotes Mark Chi, program without drinking your own piss. But totally, it's totally a thing, because like the majority of the problems we have in programming is we jump in without thinking and whiteboarding and stuff like that before we before, like, we haven't actually figured out what the solution to our problem is, and then we start writing code before we figured out what the code's going to be. So it's like hopping in your car and driving, and then after half an hour of driving, then you turn your GPS on and tell it where you want to go. And you're like, yeah, see how that didn't work that well for us? Yeah. So funny things like that. But I do like creating random sound bites where I'll get taken out of context and they'll be very silly. So Twark's explaining Redstone. It's a material in Minecraft for basically electronic things. Oh, Redstone is base game Minecraft. Hamish is asking what Sabine's name is on the internet. I'm not sure. I can't remember, but I know when I talk to people on Minecraft Stock, they were saying talk to Sabine. Sabine's the one. At some point, I will do more Minecraft stuff like that. But I'm just sort of like, I'm so like starting something new now is just painful to me. So I'm just sort of like, I'm just chilling for a bit. You can tell this stream is like, there's nothing planned. Like you can always tell like where I am in terms of my current kind of mental state and productivity levels, whether the stream is just hang out and chat, or it's like, okay, today we're going to do this thing and I've got this thing set up. Like, like earlier on when I like created the Discord server and I organized events and stuff like that. I've hit that point, and it goes in waves. It always goes in waves where you go, I'm going to start things. I'm going to start all these amazing projects and we're going to get something really cool happening. And then you get partway through and you're like, I'm so tired. I'm just so tired. I don't care about any of the programs that I've been working on. I don't care about any of those the big projects or the grand ideas I had. I just want everything to leave me alone for a bit. And that's where we get. It's really funny. Like the Mark on Mondays thing gives me a regular thing to see where I'm at, and so I can see myself going up and down and up and down. And I think it's reasonably similar to like how we're all going to be in a situation with kind of lockdowns and stuff like that. I mean, the lockdown's necessary. We need to get to the point where we're not just like rampantly spreading a lethal disease through our population. It's not something we ever want to get to. But while they're necessary, we have to acknowledge that they hurt a little mentally, and we need to kind of at least try a little bit to prop each other up and help each other. Yeah. So people are saying yes. redstone stuff is a powder you can mine and then you can craft into things. Cool. That's cool. At 4, it's like, I love dominating other human beings. But yeah, you know the feeling, right? I was talking about before. Like it's a slightly dangerous thing because it's quite addictive. Because when you do dominate, you do get that endorphin rush when you win. Um, you can become too accustomed to winning so that when you lose, you don't lose well. So the way that this is something I heard from like a Warhammer podcaster, because Warhammer's all one-on-one, is that they were saying something along the lines of when they set up their game to play, because you can set up a Warhammer army just to destroy people, but the way that they were saying was, I want to set up a way to play so that my opponent enjoys the game. So you're not trying to dominate your opponent. You're still trying to win, but you're trying to win in a way that your opponent will at least enjoy the game. So that way, what we think of is, rather than trying to beat the opposition, if we start to think of it nearly in a Dungeons and Dragons way, where we're the DM for the opponent and they're the DM for us. So the DM is nearly the person responsible for entertaining the rest of the people in Dungeons and Dragons. And if you start treating your one-on-one combative or whatever games as not to destroy the other person, but instead to entertain the other person, and it changes the dynamic and it becomes much more interesting. And then you start to actually build relationships with the people that you're playing these games with, and it can be much more positive. I still have trouble doing that, which is deeply ironic because my entire profession is about building up situations where people can feel happy and people can feel comfortable about experimenting with things and stuff, like, the whole teaching environment. Because once I get into like trying to win things, like, I lose my capability to do that, which is why I'm so kind of conscious of it, and I think it's a thing. Looking at the stream, everyone said stream's back. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it was really weird. I just looked down and I had a pop-up on my computer saying OBS is disconnected. I was like, what? Oh, people talking about climbing. Nicole, Machi, Beanock. And Nicole's asking what people have been buying during lockdown, and Dean says you've been buying nothing for a change. I find that, yeah, I'm just building up money at the moment. And I feel a little bit, I feel like that's unfair in a sense that, like, I have the privilege of a full-time job that is continuing to pay me, while other people are just getting shafted. Like my brother-in-law is a professional musician, and he's getting so shafted at the moment. He's just literally not making money, like, for the past month. And it's like, I feel bad because, like, I'm in a down period of my work where I've been given a break because of the amount of work I did the last couple of years. And so I'm getting paid for doing very little work at the moment, which is like, if my situation on its own is fair, right? It's within like what the union and the university have said is a fair amount of work to give someone. So it's not like that's unfair, but I feel really bad for him. But yeah, so like, I also haven't been buying that much stuff, which is why this game here is potentially very dangerous right now, because I'm just like, oh, I could drop $200 on that game and I could get some stuff in game now. And I'm just like, yeah, but do you spend $200 on a single game, Mark? And I'm like, not usually. Only MMOs that have subscriptions. And even then, it takes like a year before I spend $200 on that game, right? Like World of Warcraft, $15 to $20 a month. I don't know how much it is nowadays. I think it used to be 15 and it went up to like close to 20. So yeah. But I'm like, yeah, just be careful with that. Like, I know I can do it, but it doesn't mean I should. Speaking of, don't just do things because you can. Think about whether you should. Jurassic Park games. Yeah. So, Clarissa asked what my favorite class in D&D is. I think it's fairly obvious, but I'm not sure whether, like, how obvious it will be to you until I explain it, and then you'll be like, yeah, that's totally true. But when I have the option, I will nearly always play a bard, because my whole life is based on the power of the the power of human expression to change other people. So I played a lot of music, did art, ended up in a profession where my entire power in my profession, my entire skill, everything that I do is based on just talking to people and changing their minds by talking to them, right? So a bard just totally totally fits my personality. And so that's why when I have a choice I play a bard in D&D, or I will play other things as well, like when the need arises, but bard is a lot of fun. um I consider myself like a lot of the time to be like a kind of a chaotic good sort of character, where like I care about what's good, but fuck your rules. Because I hate rules, but I care about what's good. And it's pretty obvious that that comes out in my personality. Anyone who's learned from me knows that comes out in my personality in the way I teach. Ooh, Izzy and Ford climb. That's cool. I used to climb, but I kinda can't anymore. Like, um, I don't know if I've told stories about this and stuff, but I actually have arthritis in this knuckle, and it's developing in some of the others from untreated injuries when I was in my 20s, because I climbed really hard back then. I climbed super super hard. I was very good at bouldering back in the day. Um, it's funny being a computer scientist. I really appreciated the abstract, practical problem solving of difficult climbing things, and the physical side of it was fun as well. I'm never that physical a person, but like yeah, but yeah, I I got to a point where I was at a competitive level and I was good and I could compete against other people around Sydney and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna become a competitive climber. And so I started training and training and training. Came off a climb like this. This still kind of hurts my hand to hold it in this position, but I came off and my hand was relaxed and it looked like this, and I was like, what's going on here? So I grabbed my finger and just opened it back out, and then something snapped in there when I did that. It's a very dumb idea to do that. I should have like put it on ice or something. And that was my tendon, the long tendon, being injured and repaired so many times that it was no longer smooth. And so sliding through the round pulley tendons around the fingers, and I pulled it through one of them, and it basically acted like a saw, and it chopped through the tendons, the round tendons here that hold the long tendon in place. And so yeah, that ended my climbing career permanently. Um, I yeah, I kind of I got told at the time, it was like, we can cut your hand open and repair everything, or you can take 6 months off and let this heal, and don't put any pressure on this thing for 6 months. So I stopped climbing at that point. That was, I'm thinking 2003, around then that was, and I took up mountain biking instead, because obviously I didn't have enough danger in my life and I needed more danger, so I started crashing bikes in the wilderness. And that was good because it was minimal pressure on the fingers then, just the brakes, not too bad. um and I didn't find out until like 10 years later, when I was climbing with my current partner, who I didn't really know back then. And she was climbing with some of her workmates, and she was like, "You used to do this all the time. Do you want to come along with us? It's just once a week." And I was like, "Oh yeah, okay. Let's do this. Let's see how this goes." And obviously, I started getting pain in my knuckles, both hands actually, and it hit a point where I was getting back in the groove. Like, I was starting to climb really well again, but the pain in my knuckles that came up when I was climbing was still there the next week. So it wasn't recovering for the entire week of rest in between. That's where I saw a physio, and they said, you've got chronic arthritis in your joints there because of old injuries that didn't heal properly. And I was kind of like, oh, how does that work? When's it gonna go away? I've told this story before, so I asked when it was gonna go away, and my physio looked at me and just said, "You don't know what chronic means, do you?" And I was like, "No, what is it?" Like, chronic means permanent. Your body's a machine and you've broken parts of it and they cannot be replaced. We can't just grow a new finger and sew it on or something like that. Your finger is broken. It will never get better. And I was just like, oh man. And for me, that was that was a turning point in my whole life, actually, because I realized that I was mortal, and parts of me after they're broken cannot fix. Will never fix. And that was the point where I went from. I think that for me that was the point where I became an adult. I finally gave up on being invincible and being able to live forever and bounce back from anything that ever happened to me. And I went, oh, Mark, you're an old man now. You're going to have to be an old man now instead of like a young man. You can't just pretend to be like, you can't just pretend that you're going to live forever and nothing bad can ever happen to you. You might actually have to start taking care of things. But the interesting thing about all of that for me is that turning point in my psyche made me want to look after other people better. So I think I'm a better teacher because of things like that. I'm able to say, look, I hit a point where I crossed over. I hit a point where I used to think that I was like young and stupid and invincible. But there came a point where I crossed over into having to think a different way. And so maybe I can help people with this kind of thing. I can help people with like ways to look at their lives so that they can actually, be more ready for this kind of thing than I was. How I end up in education, and you know me, like teaching programming is really just, the programming side is completely secondary. I don't really care about programming. I care more about bringing people to the point where they're okay with their own lives and they're going to be able to succeed in their lives because they've found a mindset that works for them, which is much, much more important than whether you can code. You know this. Most people are here because they know this already, right? Yeah. So anyway, let's go back to what's happening in chat. Nicole's like, speaking of addictions, I know if I tried vaping, I wouldn't be able to stop. Vaping, I find really kind of like potentially amazing, but also a little bit insidious. The fact that we're not burning tobacco and we're vaping it, I think should be healthier because there's less carbon in things, but we don't know. It's like one of those completely unregulated things that we're going to find out in like 20 years' time was just as bad when a whole bunch of people start getting cancer. So it's just like, it's hard to say, like, I think it's cleaner, but I mean, what do I know? I don't smoke anymore anyway. I quit smoking around the time I started rock climbing at uni. So I really crossed over. I went from like, I was like a theater tech and a musician and like smoking and drinking and stuff. And I was just like, yeah, I'm going to burn out rather than fade away. And then I hit a funny point where I was just like, oh, friends asked me if I wanted to go rock climbing. So I went climbing, I quit smoking, and I got all healthy. And it was just really funny how, like, for me, it's like, I'm not healthy on purpose. I'm healthy by accident because where my hobbies go. It's really, really funny. What else are we saying here? People talking about Bard and support being best classes. Lots of fun, yeah. Oh, Shitak said Bard is your favorite league champion too. I didn't know there was a league champion called Bard as well. But yeah, Tawaka said chaotic good Bard is Pog. I enjoy it. I think most bards have to be chaotic because it feels right. If you're like a lawful good bard, then what are you? Are you like a military bugler or something like that? You're supposed to be a bit of a renegade if you're going to be a bard. And Clarissa said you're playing bard in your current campaign, and one of the other members of the party have almost triple your HP. It's not about having HP as a bard; it's having the power of song. The whole wonderful idea is like the jack of all trades, master of none, and like really live with that. I think it's so much fun to be like, I am useless in most situations that our party is going to get into, but D&D is not a game for min-maxing success. I mean, some campaigns are, depends who your DM is and stuff, but I think personally the strength of Dungeons and Dragons as a game is collaborative narrative creation. Just like use cool technical terms around like a bunch of people getting together and telling a story. And there's something so fundamentally human about that. Something beautifully human about that. And I really enjoy that. Makes me feel like playing D&D. My partner and I were talking about playing D&D recently. It was nearly like we were just going to do a campaign with the two of us. Like I'll DM and she'll be the only character. And that could be fun, but I think we could play D&D, right? We can play it over Discord or something like that. I feel like that could be a fun thing to do. I don't know though. I say these things again so you can see me sneaking into like creating new ideas, and it's like, Mark, when are you gonna have time to do this later? And it's like, oh, but I want to do it. And it's like, yeah, but in a month's time, are you still gonna have time to do this cool idea that you've come up with today? This is how I have to filter things in my own head, because I can generate a lot of cool ideas, but whether I can actually follow through on them, you're watching the evidence of whether I can follow through on cool ideas as it is. If we go back to my original video about what Marc on Mondays is going to be, there's going to be stuff in there that I still haven't done. There's the competition, there's interviewing people and stuff. Those are two things I know I said that I was going to do that I haven't done. There's a whole bunch of games here I haven't played. Having said that, this is the Epic Store where everything's free. Not everything, but most of this stuff was free. But here we can see like all these things that I've put money into, but I haven't completed. I am, like many people, able to generate ideas, but not follow through on them. I think a lot of us are good at that. Michael DMs here saying whenever there's a bard in any campaign you're DMing, just groan because they're going to spam sleep and trounce conventional combat encounters. Yeah, they're going to do weird things for combat encounters. People have gotten up to, I'm up to now in chat, people have got up to the bit me telling about the finger, the broken finger story. I mean, look, on the one hand, it's sad, but on the other hand, I did more climbing than most people will ever do in their entire lives. And I'm talking about reasonably serious climbers. I've still done more climbing than most of them will do in their lives. Like, we had an annual trip down to Mount Arapiles in Victoria. And they're still doing that now, the UNSW Outdoors Club. They go down there regularly. But I went down there 4 years in a row. And got to the point where I had a whole bunch of friends and we'd all go down there. So us and the Sydney Uni Club would put our tents right next to each other and we'd hang out and stuff like that. And it was, yeah, it was a really good time. I got to climb some of the most amazing rocks in Australia and stuff like that. Got to travel to interesting places, meet cool people. And like, yes, one of my fingers goes weird, but it only goes weird if I try to put my body weight on it. And it's like, when's that going to happen outside of climbing? So I've got something I need to be careful of now, but I happily trade that, you know, like this has been worth it. I got to do some really amazing things. And I got to like partake in the mastery of a skill. Like I got to learn from nothing up to becoming really, really capable in something, which is a joyous thing in and of itself. Mastering skills is kind of fun. I mean, you should know this because you're students at the moment. Like your main purpose in life at the moment is mastering different skills, so that when you're shot out of the UNSW canon into an industry somewhere, people will ask you to master a new skill, and then you'll be able to do it because you've done it so many times. I actually find that is what a university education is. People think that like you need to learn stuff at uni that you're then going to use, but it's actually more the ability to learn in a difficult environment, to learn highly technical things, or depending on your degree. For us, you know, the context here is mostly computer science, like being really good at technical problem solving and learning how to solve new problems, stuff like that, I think is pretty amazing. Izzy said your dad got hit by a wallaby while mountain biking once. That's so funny. But also can be very dangerous, because once you lose control of a bike, there's just all these pieces of bike that can hurt you. I always find that's the funniest bit, is like, yes, you can get hurt hitting the ground, but let's add 10 kilos of sharpened steel and aluminium. Because some of it is literally sharpened. Like the chainring There's so many times that that's got into someone's like calf, and you're just like, oh my god, like they would have been safer if there was no bicycle involved. So funny. Skira Schrodinger said, "Do we have anyone doing calisthenics here?" The most calisthenics I've been doing is very very occasionally, like once or twice, playing Just Dance on the Switch. That's where we're going. Oh, Izzy said your dad also once crashed into a cactus in an Arizona bike race. Ouch. I shouldn't laugh, but you have to laugh. And he would have been laughing as well, most likely, because there's something I've noticed about mountain bikers is their attitude to injury is hilarious. Like I had a friend who was kind of teaching me how to ride in the beginning when I was getting into mountain biking, and he would say things like, if you don't fall off at least once in a ride, then you're not pushing it hard enough. You're not going to learn anything. You're not going to get better if you're safe all the time. So have a go at some of these corners, have a go at some of these things, and you fall off every now and then. That's fine. You'll kind of bounce. I'm just like, that is like, but again, that's the kind of stuff that led me to where I am today, because that kind of attitude is how I teach computing now. I'm like get the code wrong. Don't try to get the code right all the time. Fall off every now and then, you'll learn more. You know, it's good teaching. Uh, what are the people? What else are people talking about? Jack's asking best mountain biking spot near Sydney. Brought your bike up this year, but haven't had a chance to go yet. My knowledge of this stuff is old, and may not be relevant anymore. But a couple of the famous trails that I know, Manly Dam Reserve has a really good loop. At the moment, you can only go there if you live nearby, and there's not that many people live nearby Manly Dam. The Oaks Fire Trail up in the Blue Mountains. One of the best things about mountain biking in the Blue Mountains. You get on the train with your bike and you go up the mountains. You don't go over the top of the mountains. You just go up the mountains. And you get off at a train station and you ride a loop through the fire trails and stuff in the bush down to one train station lower. So no matter where you go, your net riding is downhill. So it's more fun. You don't have to pedal as much. You're still going to end the day super, super tired. Like riding bikes on dirt is never a cruisy affair. But if your net amount of movement is downhill, it's a little bit more relaxing. It's a little bit more chill. The Oaks Fire Trail is a famous one that's really, really good there. If you want to go south of Sydney, Royal National Park, heaps of good stuff in there. There's the whole gamut. There's what's it called? Lady Carrington Drive, which is a fire trail in the Royal National Park. It's just like riding on a road, except the road's made of gravel. So it's really chill. You can do that on like a cyclocross bike or a gravel bike, even maybe a road bike, maybe. You can ride on that stuff, and it's that's quite nice. But then if you go off that trail, a lot of different places in Royal National Park, you get some real gnarly stuff, real scary gnarly stuff in there, which is fun as well. So yeah, those are the places I know of. I would ask actual mountain bikers though, because I haven't really mountain biked in a very long time. Yeah. Um, Ford's like, I went away for a minute. What's doing? Sorry, that was like 10 minutes ago. I assume you're up to date now. Preston Scott was saying, like how doctors recommended smoking. I think back in the day, yeah, people. You hear stories of like in the sort of 1300s, that kind of era, and like Isaac Newton and stuff like that. People were stuffing around with mercury because they thought that mercury had some kind of weird property because it was a liquid metal, and so people were like drinking it because they thought it might clean their insides and stuff like that, or give them some kind of vitality or something. It's like, yeah, we know now it's poisonous and it'll kill you. But yeah, but like it's amazing that people, when we don't understand things fully, we don't know whether or not we can warn people about it. So I don't know. This was where we were talking about vaping, I think. Um, we're talking about, oh, Clarissa and Michael are going into details about D&D there. Ford saying D&D is fantastic. He has a paladin called Mum. Sorry, I don't know if Ford is he. He's like, start playing D&D but know very little about what D&D is. I think one of the easiest is to find a group of people who are already playing D&D and hop on board, if they have space. Like the DM's always going to have a limit on how many people they think they can manage in one go. Um, but stuff like that, I think it's a lot of fun because depending on how it works, you can get nitty gritty into the numbers and the powers and stuff like that, and like, play your character sheet in a sense. Or you can get into it and you go, I'm not just playing the character sheet, I'm playing the idea of a person. And so there's different ways that people will do it. And so you can be like, this is not going to be good for our party, but it is in the interests of the character that I'm playing. And so I have to play to that, and I will. And then you end up sabotaging your party, but it leads to good drama and it leads to good storytelling. So I think that's one of the things that I think is really interesting about D&D. Michael saying, granted, your campaigns never last past level 5. Rip, having friends with commitments and lives. Because maybe it balances out at higher levels. Maybe. I think there's very much like, what was it? XKCD recently did the post about board games nights, having your friends over for board games. And it was like, everyone gets the snacks out, and someone starts setting up a game while people are getting snacks ready. You decide to order food. You have a vote on what kind of food you're going to order. Then someone disrupts the vote for what food you're going to order. And then eventually you do order food. And then you start setting up a game and you start teaching people how to play the game. And then the food arrives. You eat the food. And then after that, you're not quite finished teaching everyone how to play the game. Someone says, we shouldn't play this game because it's too hard to teach. We'll play something else. And then you start taking that down, you start setting up another game, then everyone gets tired and goes home. And that's like the the standard the standard thing for board games nights. And I feel like that's totally like it with Dungeons and Dragons and other role-playing games. It's like the thing that stops the game from happening is never the game itself. It's just finding a time that everyone can play together. Jamin is like Master Chief Collection. I had this up for a while here, haven't I? I should actually play something tonight, hey. And Izzy's like, I saw the Mount Arapiles climbing rap on YouTube. Yeah. I shared that to the Outdoors Club this year? Last year, I think. And it's a song that a bunch of us wrote together. It's quite funny, actually, because one of the people on that song is now a professor? Don't think she's a professor yet. Maybe an associate professor or something like that in music up in Queensland. I'm just like, that's so cool. I am not. But and yeah, I'm one of the two people rapping on that song. It's so funny. I'm the worst one. I can listen to it objectively now and know that a friend of mine's better rapper than me. Justin said climbing sim. I actually made a climbing AI as my undergrad thesis. So it was something like it was just like a flat wall with these dots on it for holds, and they were like randomly set out, and this thing had certain amounts of reach and capability to move, and then it had certain different AI algorithms. But like, I wasn't trying to use the AI algorithms to solve the climbing problem. I was using AI to try to look human. So it would make decisions and make bad decisions. It would retract its decisions and go in different directions and stuff. And apparently, I mean, my thesis assessor loved it. He said it should be made into a screensaver because it was just fun to watch it. So it's cool. I don't think it'll even run anymore. It's like really, really old OpenGL stuff. And I have no idea where the code is. You'll get to this point in your programming career where code you wrote 20 years ago is gone and you have no idea where it is or where it might be saved, because I have no idea where that would be. Although the fact that I did it in CSE means maybe they still have backups from those years, but I very much doubt it. Yeah. Izzy. Oh, Evil Izzy's here. Hello. We get hurt by the bike, but does anyone care if the bike is hurt? We always used to joke about that it would be like, it's like $1,000 if my bike is hurt, but I'm gonna heal for free. so if I can fall off my bike and like cradle the bike and just take it on my back instead, then then the bike will be fine. And I can just rest up and I will heal without spending any money. It's good until you break bones, and then that's still expensive. Jack's saying disc brake injuries scare you. Is that because they get really hot and then they burn? I don't know, because like for me, like the disc brake is not even remotely as dangerous as the chainring and the cogs. The stuff with the steel teeth, the sharpened steel teeth on the bike, that's the bit I'm afraid of. I'm not too worried about the brakes, I feel. Harder for them to hit you as well, because they've got a big rubber ring around them that's probably going to hit you first. But I don't know. I think some people have been injured by disc brakes, so yeah. Ford said a mate of his went on his own and smashed his collarbone and some ribs and was passed out in the bush for an hour or so until some off-duty cops found him. Yeah. Yeah. Extreme sports solo, always a bad idea. I've done that. I used to go like climbing training. I used to go bouldering on my own. So I leave my crash mat on the ground behind me and then just start climbing bits of rock. And it was like, it was never a good idea. I did it anyway because I was addicted. Again, we go back to my addictive personality, but I don't think it was a great idea. Yeah, and I'm glad your friend's okay, because breaking ribs can, you can lead to having a punctured lung, and then you're kind of screwed. You need help quickly when that happens. And Clarissa's saying, I think this is talking about the people not being able to finish campaigns in D&D. They've been doing a series of small adventures, so that they can finish chapters, I guess. I think that's a smart way to play D&D a lot of the time, without having some single massive overarching campaign. You have things that last like 2-3 sessions, and that's nice. I think D&D already has a setup for that, right? What do they call it? Like adventure book or something? I can't remember what it's called. Yeah. Tawaka said, can I advertise Titanicus, the West Marches D&D campaign from the Board Game Society? Totally. I heard about that, right? It's like one massive campaign that has multiple small games in it. And so there's lots of different parties going in the Board Game Society. That sounds really cool. Izzy's like, that is the most depressing board game night story. Yeah, but also totally relatable, right? Yeah. Jack saying disc brakes are sharp. Seen photos of them embedded in people's legs after a crash. Yeah, okay, that's scary. That's scary. And Michael saying, why does every software person go bouldering? So I had theories about this. Theories from years and years ago, because when I was climbing, I met people through climbing. Like, some of my oldest friends are people I met through climbing. Haven't seen them in a long time. Maybe those are the people I should reach out to when I'm going to do the same homework I gave you. Climbing has a significant element of objective problem solving, tied in with some physical activity, but slow physical activity. It is not highly reactive, and it is not high movement like other sports. So it sits really, really well with computing people who sit still for great periods of time, analytically solving problems, because it triggers a lot of the same things that we like doing. You don't have to move much. You don't have to be quick. So it's a different kind of human. If we're going to put humans in classes, it's a slower thinking human. But it's still good because it's physical. Like, you still get some exercise out of it, but you don't get any cardio out of it because you're not, like, it's all just about kind of like muscle toning rather than like getting a workout as such. So that kind of like having the patience to solve an analytical problem lends really well to the same attitude that a lot of computing people have. So there's a massive crossover between the two. That's my theory of how it works. Because if you get people who like rapid reaction sports, so people that get into like even just like all your ball sports, like all of your footy and your soccer and your or even like all your martial arts and stuff, like reactive, quick thinking, it's very different because you're not solving a problem. You're reacting. You just want to react correctly to something in the immediacy of the moment. Climbing is slow enough that you're not in the immediacy of the moment. You're looking up and you're going, I'm going to move my body through this pattern and that pattern and that pattern. Now I engage and I do it. Which is very similar to, I'm going to plan my code to do this, then this, and this. Now I code it and then I run it, you know? So the flow is easier to get into, I think, as a programmer. I don't know if that's it. That's just what I think it is. But it could well be. Nicole's asking if I've watched Inside by Bo Burnham. I've only watched a little bit of it. I watched like 5-10 minutes of it, but I heard it's really funny because it's very, very carefully produced to make it look like it's not. And I appreciate the artistry in that, is that it's, it's shot like a YouTube thing, but it's shot really carefully to look like a YouTube thing, yet it is an entire kind of movie length thing. And very, very intelligent, I think. Like, and I love that when people seemingly just kind of dumb and spontaneous and that kind of thing, but what they actually are is very calculated, and very well put together. You can tell they thought about it a lot. That's what I've heard about it. I don't know yet, but I'll watch it at some point. I have a thing at the moment where I'm not consuming much passive content because I'm spending most of my time playing games. So all of my entertainment is active, like this stuff, right? Or mostly Genshin, But I think if I'm going to sit down and watch stuff, then I'll try to watch some of the things that you've been telling me to watch. Izzy's heading off. Thanks for dropping around. Tawaka's heading off also. Thank you. Thank you both for coming along. And Michael's like, that was a more detailed theory than you were expecting. But it seems to make sense. Like, I'm never going to say that I've unlocked the reason why something like that's happening. But see, I am enough of a scientist to know that to be a true scientist, you have to spend a lot of time saying, I don't know, right? But that theory might be something that could be tested by someone who had a better idea than I did about these things. Michael said Inside was really good. Okay, I should get into that at some point. Right. Okay. So now that we're nearly 2 hours in to my normal 2-hour stream, and I said that maybe I would play some games. Maybe I should. Although I was more than happy to just chat. I was more than happy for this to just be, just hang out and talk about things. And thank you, all of you, for taking part. I think it's just really interesting. Like, people, like, it's not just one way. It's not just me delivering content as such. There's a whole lot of like, you talk to me, and then I bounce off what you're saying. Do you fam? RS is saying CS with you. Did anyone the few people were with me on the Discord when I was learning Valorant so that I could commentate it in the Engineering Socks esports night, and we joined a game, and then randomly someone on the opposing team was someone who'd been in my classes before, someone who I've played Genshin with. And I was just like, that's so weird. Like, what are the odds of like one of my students turning up at the same time that I'm playing, and they didn't know that I was playing at the time? That was so weird. Izzy said I should play more Minecraft next week. Maybe I should do some more solo Minecraft and people can tell me what I'm doing wrong. I actually have a better idea of the game now. Preston said Fortnite with Marc. That could be really funny. Fortnite's still free, right? Because it's free, what we could do is like, because what do we got? We got about 25 people now. Sometimes, did I just look up Fortnite on the Epic Game Store and it didn't turn up? What is wrong with this picture? Fortnite? Relevance? Did I not press enter? I didn't press enter, did I? I'm a professional computer scientist. Okay. Let's do this, because I think this would be really funny. I'll stream Fortnite, and then we can all try to get on the same server at some point in the future. Maybe next week, maybe not. And we're also talking about me playing more Minecraft. I mean, like, I'm totally talking up Minecraft, right? I was totally talking about how amazing it is as a game in terms of like what it's done for the like, not just gaming, what it's done for the computing industry. Let's fire it up now. Is this the right one? I can't remember because I've got like both versions. Maybe the launcher is the one. Oh wait, is this gonna update for a million years? Is this the Java one? This doesn't look like the Java one. Let's wait and see. Someone can remind me if apparently a Discord stream snipers. Wild. Yeah. Preston says this is the one. Okay, so I've got the right one. We'll also see, because remember last time I played Minecraft and there was an update, and then for some reason it was downloading incredibly slowly, even though my internet connection was fine. I may have to cover while this thing is loading. Oh, no. There we go. Play demo. Buy now. I've bought this. Wait. Oh, wait. Couldn't connect to the Minecraft services. I've got my account in there. It's asked me to buy now when I've already bought it. Chewy's asking, do we have any of those 24-hour game jam events at our uni, or do they not like people hosting events that go over 9 to 5? You totally could. If you wanted to do like the global game jam, because I actually used to help run those, like 2010 to 2013, that kind of era. And the person that ran the first global game jam, the first Sydney edition of the global game jam, was actually a UNSW lecturer, a guy named Malcolm Ryan, who is now at Macquarie Uni. He's the one that got me into it. So it totally could be done. It just depends on what are people saying? Maybe your Microsoft account auto logged in. But that should be fine, because this was on my Microsoft account. Like, play offline, that's going to work as well. Oh, wait, there you go. It finally connected. It says play now. Anyway. Yeah, so 48-hour game jams is totally a thing. If not us, there's a few places that I know used to do it a lot. So AIE out at Wentworth Park, near Ultimo. North Sydney TAFE. This is all run by friends of mine, actually. People I used to work with, all the game devs in Sydney and those people. So that used to run things. Obviously, last couple of years during pandemic and stuff like that, it hasn't happened. There are other game jams though, and they're happening quite regularly. So there's like the stuff like Ludum Dare and other things where they're a 48-hour thing where basically everyone gets together in some online environment like a Discord or something like that. Put some teams together, or you bring your own team with people, and 48 hours you make a game. We could even run that kind of thing informally. Could head over to Game Dev Soc and see if they're interested in that kind of thing. I'm sure they're already doing that. Game dev societies tend to do that kind of thing. But yeah. And Michael said you can book rooms overnight at uni when COVID isn't a thing. Nicole's like, so theoretically you could sleep in a cat's room at uni. If one was to start their own student society, so they become an official entity to ARC, then you could do something like that. That would be quite funny. Param was going to help me with the account linking. But looks like we're in. Okay. So, here we go. I don't know if this will be... Michael saying, Mark, would you consider playing a pigeon dating simulator on stream? Are you talking about Hatoful Boyfriend? I've heard of that, and it looks hilarious. Yeah, I would totally play that. That would be heaps of fun. We could do something like that. Chewy is saying, yeah, you'd love to do classes with game dev. I would love to teach classes of game dev as well, because I have so much game dev teaching kind of stuff bouncing around in my head that I've taught people for years, but I don't have the time or the place to do it. This year I'm teaching graphics, and graphics is going to be a partially game-based course, because sort of has to be, right? The graphics are used a great deal in games, but also in films as well. But we're going to be talking about techniques of how they do that, and what you're going to create in the graphics course won't quite be a game, but it'll at least be a demo of some of the stuff that that happens in games, because it's more of an intro course. Like, I can't get you to the point where you can make a real game. That is, like, that takes years, right? That's not going to happen. But I can at least intro you to how it works. Preston's asking what specs PC do I have. Let me just... That's it there. So it's a Ryzen 3700. Pretty lights. And an RTX 3060 Ti. So it's a good kind of, like, I wouldn't call it top end at the moment. It was probably reasonably good when I bought it like 6 months ago. No, it wasn't 6 months ago, it was like 8 months ago, I think I bought it. Now it's been superseded by a couple of other things, but not by enough that I'm worried at the moment. It's still a very, very good PC, to the point where I don't have to think, you know. I just run a game, turn everything up to full, and most of the time my FPS is still at least 80 or more, and I'm like, I'm okay with that most of the time. I tend to favor visual quality over frame rate, because I'm not super competitive about my gaming. I'm more like, want them to look pretty. Justin's asking if I played Demon Souls PS5 by any chance. See, I would at some point love to buy a PS5 if they actually become available. I think that's going to be the most difficult thing about getting a PlayStation 5 at the moment, is just getting one when they actually come into stock. And the Souls games are things that I've kind of missed out on, and I think they might be interesting to play. Some of the Souls games, or games like that, are on PC. It's obviously also much easier for me to stream on PC, because it's all going to come off my PC. If I want to stream off a PS5 or off my Switch or something like that, got to go buy an HDMI capture card. Pretty sure I'm not allowed to leave the house to buy one of them at the moment. So, but sooner or later I may think about doing that, because there's some cool games on Switch as well. Preston's like, Uber RGB, that doubles the speed. Definitely. I set these colors up myself. I went for this blue and yellow kind of thing. I do like that combo of colors. And Chewy's like, did you build it yourself? No, I didn't bother. I used to build a lot of PCs. I used to build PCs for other people, even got paid to build PCs. But nowadays I'm just sort of like, ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do, but I couldn't be bothered, so I let someone else build it. And then, ironically, it broke just over Christmas, when I was trying to play Cyberpunk. I was like, no! Wait, was that last year? Or the year before? No, it was last year. It was the end of 2020 that I got it, yeah. Preston's like, rip GPU prices at the moment. Yeah, totally. Michael, can the lights change color? Yes, the lights can change color, so I can set them up however I want. Actually, where's my one of these? So let's look at my my RAM at the moment. So the two things doing that rainfall effect there. If I want to, I can just that should have worked. There we go. I turned one of the colors pink on it. So that goes in real time, which is pretty cool. I can't remember what color I had this on before. No, I think it was like a yellow. Yeah. So yeah, I can totally do that in real time. Shitaka saying Target had PS5s in stock recently. Man, I need to actually find some way of watching when they're in stock. But the other thing is, maybe I don't just want to randomly buy it. let me wait until there's a point where I'm kind of wanting a new game, and then I'll look for one. Because it's a lot of money to just throw at stuff when I'm not necessarily going to use it that much. Like, I play so many games on PC that it's sort of like I've already got a good gaming machine, but it just doesn't have the Spider-Man game that I want to play. Right? And if I wait long enough, stuff comes out on PC. So I'll play everything sort of eventually, but then some games are exclusive, so I miss them. Oh, Justin's saying some Souls games are PS5 only. Yeah. I think I've got some stuff on my PS3. I want to play some really, really old ones, maybe. And so the stuff on PC would probably be like other companies' games in the genre rather than PlayStation, the actual Souls genre. Justin saying your PC has water cooling. It does not. It's just an air-cooled machine. So it's like, if you look at it, the big circular thing there is the CPU fan. GPU, here, not connected up to anything, so it's just piping hot air out the back. Front here is just like an open vent that pulls air in, and you can see the lights from the fans there. It's this Fractal Designs case. It's a pretty famous case. And people like it because the entire front panel is open mesh, so the air flows really good through this case. The top's also open, so some hot air just sort of floats out the top. Most of the hot air gets pulled out of the back by these fans here. The PC itself is not running very hot at the moment, because all I'm doing is streaming, so the CPU is doing some work, but even with Minecraft running, the GPU is like 44 degrees. It's barely needing its fans at the moment. CPU is spinning up a little bit. I'd say most of the temperature there in the CPU at the moment is from encoding the stream. Even the GPU, I think, would be doing some of the work in encoding the stream, but neither of them are even remotely worried at the moment. Why are we capping out at 60? Max frame rate 150? Oh, no. We looked at this last time. The menu caps out at 60, I think. I can't remember. I remember like going through this, right? Stray's asking which consoles do I own. I'm way behind on consoles. I've got an Xbox 360 and a PS3, but I do have a Switch. So Switch is the only one that I've updated to the current generation. I spent several years not really playing computer games because of... Let me just spin this camera around for you and show you why. So, you know the miniature painting that I was doing the other day? That's like the rest of them there. Let me just This is the stuff I have piled up for Chicken Cam next to this chair. Where's the focus? Come on. So those Space Marines that I was doing, this is a whole bunch of them. Let me just increase the size a bit. Oh yeah, there you go. I can tap on it to make it focus. So there's a whole bunch more of them. That's like my Warhammer 40k army there. Older armies down there. This game at the top is Infinity, which is a sort of an anime-inspired, cyberpunky kind of skirmish game. Over in that side... Oh, I can't open it. I've got too much stuff. Hang on. I have so much stuff that in front of my display cabinet is a bunch of boxes of things. So I've got to move them out of the way. Here I've got a whole bunch of... My cable is running out. Age of Sigmar and stuff like that, which is the fantasy version of Warhammer, and I've got some Nautica Imperialis, which is a lot of fun. That's the planes and some Marvel stuff. That's my army of squigs underneath there. So there's heaps and heaps of stuff. That's basically... That's basically... That's basically the reason why I don't have a particular generation of consoles. Um, because I went entirely analog for um, for a complete generation of consoles. And I was playing all of those games instead and spending all of my time painting and stuff like that. Um, Easy house tour. Actually, what was I gonna say? It'd be quite funny because I think that Droid Cam app works over wireless. Because it's just transmitting via my Wi-Fi network, so I could actually walk around the house and stuff like that. But there's a certain amount of like my privacy that I value, so I'm like everyone sees this room, but I'm not necessarily just gonna take you on a tour of my whole house. Justin said house collection reminds you of Ghost Runner. Chewy said, going a bit off tangent, but my PC recently broke, could not figure out why PC would turn on, but all peripherals would not work. Keyboard, mouse, monitor. Oh, that sucks. So no gaming PC for a while. Faulty RAM. That is weird, but it can happen. So if the RAM's not working, that means that the drivers to run everything else need to run in RAM. Like, when you think about it, all of your programs have to run in RAM, which means all the programs that are going to work with everything else have to be put into RAM before your CPU can do stuff with them. So maybe like usually when something like that happens, when RAM is a little bit faulty, it's it just affects some programs some of the time. But maybe when your RAM's totally balked, it wouldn't let your motherboard run at all. So yeah, you can turn things on, and the computer spins up in a sense. But if the motherboard is not allowed to run properly, then it won't send any signal out to the monitor, and it won't talk on the USB hub to the keyboards and stuff. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Not that good at hardware. Yeah, Shataka's saying maybe messing with peripherals power. Alex is saying, you feel like the painting would have been much better for the psyche than the generation of games you missed. Yeah, and I'll always come back to computer games. So even if I want to play the generation I missed, I can. I can go get a PS4 and buy a bunch of games. In fact, that's really cheap now. If I want to play the last generation of games and not the current generation, I can do that for very, very little money now. Because people are selling off their old stuff. If I can be bothered. But I'm happy with that period of all that painting. And I go back and forth now. So I'm not as mono hobby as I was before. I'm playing computer games and I'm still painting and stuff. And, well, I will play Warhammer when we can leave the house and play Warhammer. I'm actually a little bit unhappy about the tournament that Dan Mansfield and I are booked in to go to in late August in Melbourne. Because late August looked fine for the lockdown, but now that we're looking at the numbers and things and we're accelerating at the moment, we don't have control of the current COVID outbreak. Late August is starting to look iffy now. I was thinking 2 months, we'll be fine. We're still going to go to Melbourne, but now I'm a little bit less so and starting to put a damper on things. I've got all those Space Marines and I want to take them out and play with people and meet people and, that kind of stuff. But I have a feeling it might not happen. But we'll see how we go. Don't want to count my chickens before they've been killed by COVID. A lot of people saying. Yeah, Preston's saying try reseeding the RAM. Anyway, I said we were going to play some Minecraft. Kingdom of Chicken, I think this is where I was last time. I played a little bit on the CSC Sock server. I played a little bit on the Minecraft Sock server as well. Having said that, the Minecraft Sock server was me asking people to do stuff for me and then it magically getting done. So I didn't really have to work that hard at that. But here's the hole in the ground that I dug for myself, which is the way up here. Yeah. And so this is the limit of what I had in terms of a protected space. Ooh, Sulux is saying you've been trying to learn how to draw in the past week. I think that would be heaps of fun. I think getting into 2D art. I call it 2D art because I've done so much painting with miniatures, but like getting into 2D art and canvas art and stuff like that might be really fun. Um, again, again, it's an idea, and it could be a cool idea. And if I get time for it, I'll think about it. It's an idea I've had before, and I'm just going, yeah, maybe, you know. So I think if you've got time and you want to do it, that's really cool, and you should definitely do it. For me, I have to put it on the list of ideas and see how we go. Preston saying there are other Minecraft servers we could play on as well. Yeah. Preston saying you're trying to play guitar, not going well yet, but you can almost play "Hey There, Delilah." That's cool. I remember learning "Stairway to Heaven" as like one of the first songs I played. It was really funny because at that time there was like jokes like "No stairway" in Wayne's World, I think it was. All right. So we can dig our way out of here, and we're in daytime, which is nice. I can't remember what I needed. What's the pillar? Was I building a pillar just to see? You can't climb things from the side, can you? No. All right. And here are my what I now have been told are crimes against humanity trees. I should be this must be the most inefficient way of doing this. People probably usually build dirt underneath themselves when they do this. Anyway, I can't remember what I particularly need at the moment. I got a campfire. So people were saying that you can put fire around the above ground areas, and then the enemies don't kind of attack those areas. So this is my exit. So if I put the campfire around here somewhere. Wait, that's my crafting. How do I... Is it like that? No. I must be in the wrong... Oh, no, it's here. Is it right click? So now I've got a campfire that I can potentially cook stuff in, and it should also mean monsters aren't going to attack me there. People can tell me that. The pillar marks where your mine is. Oh, that was me reminding myself if I went around. Oh, I can use ladders or vines. Campfires are permanent. Cool. Oh, as in I can't pick this up ever again now. Having said that, this is going to protect my entrance now, right? That's what I'm hoping. Okay, so I've got a shield. I've got a stone axe and an iron pickaxe. I think what I'm looking for now is to try to actually get myself to the point where I can start working metal, right? I can set the trees on fire for extra wood. Oh, Preston's saying mobs just spawn immediately nearby, but they're afraid of the whatchamacallit? They're afraid of the fire, right? They're afraid of the light. Let me put a torch up there. Or at least, if not, I can see. Try to get some diamonds. Damien says, oh, hi, Mark. Hi, Damien. How's it going? Mark, you need torches. That's what Nicole is telling me. Which means I should chop some wood. Okay, I'm trying not to be a bad person with my trees. Ooh, this is a very big tree. Can you hear the audio? I think I'm piping my audio through at the moment. You can make a staircase with the big tree log to get to the top. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, so I could build a staircase going up this. Also, I could build stairs to the tops of the trees there. So what have I got? I've got a big pile of dirt here, which would allow me to do that pretty easily. Can you... Can you make it in midair? Like, can I attach? Oh, I can. Ha 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 ha. There we go. So, physics is... Oh, I need to attach it to the side of that. Oh, yeah, it works. Physics is not a problem. I do need some metal, though, don't I? But I guess at nighttime I'll go back down into my mine. Now that I've got plenty of wood. And I'll have to build those stairs higher to get to the rest of the tree. Alright. Plenty of wood means I can make torches, I can go down into the mines. Oh, people saying hold shift. And then walk on an overhand to place. Hold shift and you don't fall off blocks. Oh. Wait, did I do this the other way? Where I made shift go fast, not go slow? I think I did. Left shift sprint. Auto jump off. Is there a slow movement? Or maybe it's... Oh, it's left control. So for me, it'll be left control. So if I hold left control... Yeah. Okay, okay. That works. And that'll make this kind of thing easier to build. Oh, it's wrong button. Yeah, I kind of redid the controls to just a particular way that I'm used to playing. If any of you watch me playing Valorant, you'll see me stuffing up heaps because Valorant has default to go fast. Was it default to go fast and shift to go slow? It was something like that. I can't remember now. Or it was just like I was moving when I shouldn't be. Looks like sun's going down, so it's time for me to go back in my hole, but now I can make plenty of torches. Seal myself in here for the night. Is it right click? Is it E when I'm pointing at it allows me to use it? No, that's totally not the furnace. What's the button again? What are people saying? Dodo. Is that programmer, lecturer, pro streamer, and famous Instagram model, Marc G? Yes, it is indeed. I'm a Beanock. Left control snake. Yeah, people are helping out with that. Next up is speed bridging. What's that? Run by double tapping W as well. Right click. Okay. What was I trying to make? Torches. Is this... That's not everything, is it? Showing all, showing smeltable. Oh, no. It's not that one, is it? It's this one. Maybe? You can make a campfire in this one. Oh yeah, there you go. Torch. Oh, I had plenty of the mats for this already. I don't know if I'm doing this a really slow way. Okay. 13 torches, that's good. My iron pickaxe is totally ready to go. I've got charcoal, I've got coal, I've got a bucket. I can't remember what I'm supposed to use the bucket for. I think that's for water, right? People are like, yes, Nicole was telling me I needed to be at the crafting table. Preston said you used to have to Google every recipe until you learned it. That is hellish. I can see why they've got this book now where you can just, like, decide things. Okay, 13 torches and a full pickaxe means I can go mining now. Advice for mining? Should I just get as deep as I can? What was it? I can't remember which F key it was. F3? I should get down to a certain level of depth and then look for valuable stuff, or just mine for iron. Prereq from Minecraft was 5 hours in the Minecraft wiki. Nicole says, don't dig straight down. I'm waiting for Izzy to tell me to dig straight down. I know I have both Izzy's here today. So I can take advice from one and not the other. Try to find a cave. Okay, so I'll just keep exploring until I find an open space down here, right? So I could take branches off the side of this, or we'll keep going. Let's just keep going in this roughly diagonally downwards direction. Oh, gonna need the pickaxe for this, I feel. You can only dig... Ooh, oh, did you say find a cave? Is there falling damage in this game? Let's YOLO it and find out. There is. There is. Also, I need to be able to get back out of here. So I need to make some stairs. Okay. Now I can explore this cave. Put torches around the entrance so I don't lose it. That's a good idea. Okay, what are my torches in? Number 6. Put one here. Put another one there. That should remind me that this is my stairway back out. And Izzy's reminding me to jump into the lava for invincibility. Thank you, Izzy. Your help is always very appreciated. So, I assume you don't do anything with the lava, right? We don't manufacture things with the lava or anything like that. What are people saying? Michael's saying it's deeper than it used to be. Now optimal diamond level is in the single digit levels. People saying pick up the lava with the bucket. Alright, alright. There's my bucket. I need to get somewhere where it's actually safe to grab the lava, so I think I've got to dig myself some stairs. Oh, new recipes. Whatever I just dug then is a new type of rock. Right click. Ah, now I have a lava bucket. And I got an achievement for that. Nice. Oh, why did it go dark? Oh wait, the lava went away. Lava stops flowing? That's a bit odd. I guess now I keep digging. Oh, that's something. I just know because it's a different color. But I don't exactly know what it is. But I'll dig it anyway. Oh, source block. Pro tip, look at the lava, hold pickaxe, and press Q. Oh, what does the Q do? I see what you were trying to make me do there. Didn't realize there was more than one evil person here. Fluids in Minecraft flow from a source block that can be picked up. Fluids require the source. So I took the lava source block, which is why there's no more lava. Lava lakes deep underground are generally all source blocks. So if I take one source block, that doesn't take the lake, because the others will be the source to refill it, I guess. I'm not sure which resource I'm picking up here. Is it coal or charcoal? It's one of these, isn't it? It looks like the icon looked like one of them. What else do I have? I've got a lot of not super useful materials. I'm looking for more iron, I think, to make things. Actually, don't need these in on my bar. The dirt's still handy. The cooked rabbit, which I should probably be eating because I'm not full at the moment. Alright. There's a trick for digging down where you stand between two blocks and you won't fall until you break both blocks. Not sure I fully understand that, but I'm sure I'll learn it eventually. There's little green things popping. Oh no, that's XP, isn't it? I forgot that this game actually has RPG elements. I was like, from the outside, assumed that like Minecraft is just all about building things. Alright. Let's go off in this direction. Did I still have torches? I do. I heard a weird sound just then. I don't know if that was, Oh, that was me leveling up. Ding! Shiitake, does he not know you can use the scroll wheel? No, I don't. So, what does the scroll wheel do? Oh, is that just going to scroll between my... Ah! I'm so used to, that bar down there being, like, the numbered bars for, like, weapons and powers and stuff like that, that I didn't even, did not know that was the case. What's the red stuff is nothing special, is it? Granite. That was a different sound. Or is that dirt? Yep. Ooh, new recipes. Actually don't know if that was dirt or not. But apparently it's very easy to dig by hand, so I can probably save my pickaxe. That looked like it fell down. Oh, they do fall. So some stuff does fall. Gravel needs a shovel to dig quickly. Right. I don't have a shovel at the moment. But I think I was... What's that? Flint. Cool. Make myself a crafting table and see if I can just make a shovel. I can make a wooden shovel, definitely. Let's make a stone shovel. I don't need my lava on my bar at the moment. That mouse wheel trick is actually pretty handy. Wait, that's not gravel. Are we back to rock? I think so. So is this what people do? I don't know if I'm playing... I don't know. I should not ask that. I should not ask if there's a right way to play the game, because that's not how games work. But I assume that we dig until we find treasure. And what people would normally do is be doing this a lot faster than I am. I'm just saying. I'm thinking. Shift click to put stuff on your hotbar from the crafting table. Lots of little tricks. Oh, 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 danger. Okay, so I'm gonna need to go a different direction now. Is that a good or bad sign that I'm finding lava? Oh, right. Jack saying I'm close to something because I can hear lava and bats. Yep. Okay. That is iron, though, isn't it? That's what I'm here for. Yes. I'm potentially going to have to fight those bats, aren't I? Is that all the iron? I don't know if I should open up that cave, though. I assume I should. Not sure exactly how to get there without just burning myself on the lava. Maybe smelt the iron. Oh, I can slaughter them without them fighting back. Okay. Let's, I realized that... Where's my... What do I do to pick this up? It's not left click, is it? Left click's hitting stuff. Yeah, no. Can you pick up your crafting benches and things? I don't know if there's a way to do that. I'll just break it. Not sure my pickaxe was doing that. Click and hold, punch it to death. Okay. Does that mean I now have it in my inventory? Ha, that is so funny. Okay. How to pick things up. Destroy them. I don't have a furnace. Let's go back up. I'm thinking that... I'm assuming this is what people do, right? Is you have a furnace and a crafting table that you just carry with you everywhere you go. Oh, wait. Actually, you could probably just create a furnace, right? From that crafting table. Oh, right. So Preston's saying most people do big loot runs, then smelt and craft at home. Alright. Let's go back up. It's not a big loot run, but I think I need some decent equipment before I continue. Last time I played, I think it was on someone else's server. I actually got myself at least to the point where I had some armor. So, iron ingots. What is that sound? I assume... Sounds like a cow or something. What's the sound? Can people identify it? Make a chest to store your things? A wandering trader. Let's dig our way back out and see. Hello. Hello, friend. That's the cutest model. Look, it's got llamas. Aww. Izzy says, kill the trader and take its llamas. Okay. I'm going to press E instead. Wait. That didn't do anything. How do I interact with the trader? Oh, right click. There you go. I did it without killing them. So emeralds can get me stuff. Lovely. What if I offer to sell out my cobblestones, which I don't need? At my end. Okay. The wandering trader sees no value in the things that I am offering. I assume that that's what that is. Or they're saying that they will... I can't scroll. They're going to pay me for particular things only. Right, which I don't have. J-Man, damn, this game looks different. I think it's because, like, I'm completely unmodded, right? No one plays it like that. Preston saying I should install Optifine and get a texture pack. Make the game look more themey. Or install shaders for nicer graphics. Alright, only emeralds, which means I am not in a position yet to... Don't go down there, trader. That's not going to help you. Right, I'm not in a position to trade anything worthwhile with them yet. Right, what were we doing? We were smelting iron. Charcoal or coal? Doesn't matter. How much raw iron did I have? Not that much. Still get me something though, right? Looks like my pickaxe is running low. Could do with an axe as well. But also some protection. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure how much iron I'm going to need. I'm going to definitely need some more. Preston thinks I can make a helmet with that. Winston says hi. Hello, Winston. Let's see how my furnace is going. Nearly done. Just one more piece. Alright. Should probably take the charcoal back out of that. Don't need it to cook nothing. Alright. 4 for boots. Oh, stone sword. 5 for the helmet. I mean, is getting armored up a decent idea at this point? Oh, Winston, big sad. Lockdown means no crashing random Minecraft society meets anymore. No, that was a pretty funny day though. If anyone was there, it was pretty funny. Where I was just like, I was heading home on a Friday afternoon, and then I noticed that Minecraft Sock was having their like get together where they play a few games and like console games and stuff like that, and I turned up for shits and giggles. I can't remember what it was. I learned a Tetris technique. I can't remember, it was like a drop and slide, a drop and spin or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, that was fun. Jack says a shield would be most useful. I think I've already got one. Don't know what type of shield it is. Oh no, just shield. I assume that took some iron to make that. Oh, it was mostly wood. But that's okay. Don't need another shield. Got a shield. I could make a helmet or I can make some tools. I mean, for the moment, like, what I'm doing is digging, right? So, I think... What was that sound? That was a llama spitting. Why? Sticks. Right. I need to make some sticks first. Sticks in here. Here. Right. That totally sounds like the llama is spitting. It's pretty funny. Shitaki's like, can't believe you went to the Minecraft meet but not the Smash meet. I just happened to be there at the time. I'm not playing favorites with societies or anything. Although I'm always playing favorites with CSE Sock because like I have a professional obligation to work with them at least to a certain extent. It's not entirely like it's not like any of the other lecturers hang out with CSE Sock, but I consider that to be the one that I'm closer to professionally. Yes, J-Man and Winston, a T-spin. Yeah. I taught them how to do the T-spin. They didn't know about it. It's just talking shit. I had no idea what a T-spin was. He's playing favorite. Okay, oh, I can build ladders. I don't really need them just for the moment. Okay. So, I'm thinking iron tools. So, a pickaxe, because... I'm digging. Now I've got a spare one when this one breaks, and I'm definitely going to need an axe soon. I think that's going to take up all my iron. Yeah. Alright, that's good for now. I guess I could have survived with stone tools, but I do also need to just kind of get down there and whatchamacallit, get my get more metal to make more stuff. At some point, I should actually build here rather than living in a hole in the ground as well. Like, I've got plenty of wood. It would be nice to actually build a Where is he? The train has disappeared, but the llamas are still here. What's happening? I think that my game's bugged. Has anyone seen that before? Wait, Shiitake said the meats happen right next to each other, as in there was a smash meat, like, next door, and I just didn't know. Oh. Hey, hey, hey. Oh no, now it's in my home. Oh. I hit it a few times with my axe, but obviously, probably should have held up that shield a bit. I don't really know. Oh, this is bad. All right, let's get down there, pick up some dirt. Oh no, I was too slow. I was too slow. I've got a shovel. Ah, there we go. That's all I had to do was just put that block there. Alright, at least I got all my stuff back. And let me rearrange my pickaxe, shovel, axe. I guess I should use the more broken one first. Shield on. Don't know if I'm about to need to eat a whole bunch of stuff, but I have mushrooms. I thought I had some... Ooh, rotten flesh. That doesn't look very useful to me. I thought I had food. Did I drop it somewhere? Maybe I dropped it up there when I died. I thought I died down here, though. Well, reminder to self, shut the dirt door before nighttime. I'm fully healthy, though, so it's not too bad. Oh, do you lose experience when you die? So I look like I'm back to level 3 now when I was higher than before. The little sword on your hotbar is a damage cooldown. So spamming is not good, right? You've got to wait until that comes back up before you hit again. That's what I assume. So in the meantime... Right, learning the combat basics. I can shield until my stamina comes back. Okay, okay. I can do this. I can do this. I had rabbit, but I ate it. Cook the rotten flesh in the furnace. That seems like a possibility. Cooked rabbit. Cooked pork chop. Oh, these are the things I can do. Maybe I don't know how to do it yet. Is it doing anything? No, it's not. Do you cook mushrooms? Apparently not. Looks like the only things that I can do at the moment are... Wait, how do you make stone? That's weird. You cook something to make stone? Oh, cook cobblestones and it makes stones. That's... I don't know. I guess that's a thing. Right, so we don't necessarily cook the mushrooms, do we? Can't cook the mushrooms. Eating it gives you a hunger debuff. You can eat the rotten flesh. Make a stew with mushrooms, but to do that I need a bowl. Okay, okay. A boat. Alright, mushroom stew. Bowl. So, is the bowl in this stuff? No, those are tools, right? It's probably in this stuff. Bowl. Oak planks. I've got spruce, but not oak. I need to cut down different trees next time I go back up there. Okay, okay. It's alright. I'm on full health and full hunger at the moment. It's not too bad. Is that a sound of a cat? 1 second. Hey, Chicky. What you doing? Oh. Oops. She made a funny sound. Want to say hi to people? At least she made an appearance. Hello? Hello? What are we doing, chicken? She's actually super, super friendly at the moment because it's cold. So she's just like, we'll be hopping on our laps whenever she gets an opportunity. I should, move this one. Over here. Aim at you, chicken. There you go. Chicken cam is pointing at chicken. Preston's like, install the chicken cat texture pack. I heard that someone made that. Oh, what are you looking at, chicken? You're looking at everyone out there. Shitaka said to swear one of your cats is a clone of chicken. They look exactly the same. Chicken's a pretty common type of cat. She's like what they call a domestic short hair, which is like just the, like what I like to call like the Australian mongrel cat. It's like the same kind of cat that just floats around everywhere. Google Assistant, how you doing? Indeed, blood for the blood god. Okay, so the sounds up there are sounding like murderous zombie sounds, right? I have my speakers pretty low because I don't want them feeding back into the microphone. What was my plan? Dig for more iron, I think was my plan. Let's go this way this time. I definitely dug something there. Let's just keep going. But also to cook my mushroom stew that I'm going to need, because I'm going to get hungry eventually. Oops. Dug too far in that direction. I had torches before. Yes. Oh, I just threw them on the ground, didn't I? Because I dragged them to the wrong bit. So when you find caves, do they tend to be like linked to other caves and stuff, or is it just you get one at a time, you keep going? Param, chicken is so cute that nature cloned her. Google Assistant said you have a cat that looks like mine, but he goes to work in the mornings and afternoons. Chicken is like a house cat. She doesn't go out. Is your cat from The Sims 2 by any chance? Not necessarily. Preston says caves can be huge, right? I can hear music. I don't know if that's a signifier of anything. Or it's just Minecraft saying that life is pleasant with music. Which is the truth. I don't know if I should have continued one of the paths that I was on before. What are you doing, Chicky? Trying to find a good place to sit. Oh, something. Oh, there she goes. Where are you going? No, she's going exploring. I will... Actually, this camera is kind of not needed for anything at the moment. But I will aim it back at her seat, because if she comes back to sit on it, I won't notice because she's very stealthy. Is that okay? Looks like it's about to fall over. There we go. There we go. Alright. Oh, Preston said your cat is with your parents in another state. And there sure as hell isn't much travel going on at the moment. The black stuff is just coal, isn't it? Which is not super necessary. I've actually got heaps of it. But not going to leave resources in the ground. They don't call it leave resources in the ground craft. Also getting XP for this. I don't even know what XP does in this game. But I assume it has some kind of meaning. Alright, where were we going? We were continuing downwards. Let's just continue downwards. Oh, I hit something. No, I didn't. I broke my pickaxe. That's fine. I am out of torches, though. That is mildly concerning. Let's just dig a little bit further. And I think that's dark enough. Let's... What do I need to make torches? I don't need that much, do I? I think I've actually got most of the materials on me. Marc in the fossil fuel industry. Oh, no. All the coal is coming up. Don't rest until the atmosphere is made of carbon. I apologize. It's like every time I play one of these games, it's always just like complete destruction of a natural environment. Like Satisfactory, where we're just digging stuff out of the ground and like ruining things with it. Where were torches? Wait, were torches made here or in the furnace? I thought they're made here. Oh yeah, there we go. Lever. No. Can you make more than one at a time? Maybe. Oh, why is it? Oh wait, you're saying I can shift click that? Right, there you go. Learning how to do things quickly. Okay, 16's enough. You, however, I would like back. Because I don't need that there. Punch it till it goes into my inventory. It's just like thievery. That's granite, isn't it? Not super necessary. Do different types of rock imply that something's leading somewhere? Should I follow the colored rock? Oh yeah, Preston's reminding me to shift click. I don't know if the granite is genuinely a sign of something, but let's follow it anyway. I didn't pick up the crafting table. Did I just break it and leave it there? Yes, I did. There you go. Now it's in my inventory. I mean, it's also on the way back, so it's not too bad. I probably would have noticed it, but maybe not. Like I'm slowly getting the sequence of which blocks to mine. Like, there seems to be a pattern that you mine. And then you get the most efficient... I don't know if I'm on that pattern anymore. Ooh, it's getting dark. How deep am I? Where does it say stuff? No, over here it's just telling me what my PC specs are. But, if you're interested, PC specs are up there. Ryzen 3700 and a GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. Facing west, -X. I'm looking for a Y coordinate. Y coordinate is 19, so I assume I'm 19 levels down. Or 19 levels up, and 0 is the bottom. So I need to get to... Someone's saying get to Y10. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't have been digging so many different... Oops. Just make sure I've still got a stairway back out of here. Yep. I heard something. Getting a feel for it now. There are bats. It's in my right. Well, I don't know. I assume it's stereo. Oh, some iron. That's good. At least I think that's iron. Where am I now? I am at y equals 10 now. So this is the level where more resources start appearing. I can definitely still hear bats, but I don't know where the cave is near me. Is this gravel? Looks gravelly. Also F3H for numerical item durability. Mm. Advanced tooltips shown. If you turn on sounds in the settings, you can see the direction of the sound. Mm. Where would I see the direction of the sound? Is it accessibility? Not video settings, is it? Subtitles. Oh, it was subtitles. Right. Block breaking, splashing, footsteps. Water flows to the right. Oh, this is gravel. I should just use my shovel. Ooh, this is something else. Oh, wait. Is that bedrock? It's, right, it's diagonally in that direction. I don't know if I've hit the bottom of the world. Yeah, okay. Right, I didn't realize that I could hit the bottom of the world so soon. Oh, I should probably not be hanging out in the darkness. Alright, but definitely water and bats and stuff in this direction. So, let's keep going. See what we can find. Ooh, what is this? Redstone! Ah, I can make stuff now. Oh, right. People saying obsidian can make a portal to the nether. Water's still to my left. It's roughly in this diagonally direction. So, let's keep going. I'm getting the fun of just like the exploring through 3D space like this now. I don't know how close I am to that water. Wait, it's on my right now. Oh, handy. I'm also now kind of digging in random directions, so this is going to be really interesting if I, like, get lost trying to get back out. Splashing. Lava splashing. Oh, it's in this direction now. So I must have been pretty close to it. Also, could just be, like, above it or below it by now, right? Bat screeches on one side, water flows on the other. Feel like it's above or below me because it seems to be all around me. But I don't know which. Coal? I'm gonna break my pickaxe soon. And I don't really have anything to make a new one at the moment. Having said that, I'm starting to get the hang of it. This has been... Oops. Nearly like an actual mining run. Oh, gravel! No! Might have to dig all of that gravel out. Interesting. Where's that coming from? It's kind of flickering though. That's just my torch, isn't it? Water flows this direction. I'm gonna have to dig a lot of gravel to get in this direction. Let's go down instead of up for a bit. Hey, what's that? Diamond! I found diamonds! Haha. I can't get there. Is there a way of picking stuff up if you can't get to it? Maybe I can drop in from above. Oh, more redstone. What are people saying about whether I can actually get to... Because I'm crouching, and there's definitely a diamond there. I just don't know how to pick it up. Oh, place a block there and it pops out. Ah, okay. Haha, thank you. Okay, okay. So what have we found? We found diamonds, we found redstone. It's all going very well. Apart from the fact that I can hear lava. Oh no. That's my pickaxe. Can I easily make another? I cannot. I'd have to smelt it. However, I could just use that crafting table to at least make a stone one, right? Iron? Ooh, diamond armor. Stone sword. Iron. Stone pickaxe. What am I missing? I've got lots of cobblestone. Sticks, yeah. Sticks. Can I do that? Can I put a stick there and it tells me the recipe? No. At least I've got plenty of wood for sticks. No, I don't. That was the last of my wood. I've got all of this spruce, but I don't think sticks want oak. Okay, so what I've accidentally done is cut down a tree that is not useful for making anything in particular. Maybe the torch? No, no, I don't want to use up my sticks. I need that for my pickaxe. Alright, this pickaxe will probably last me a little bit longer. My inventory's not full yet. There's plenty more I can do down here. Yes, Nicole's reminding me I need sticks. Izzy, won't you tell Mark how throwing diamonds in the lava can turn it into netherite? uh... Oh no, Nicole's saying doesn't matter what tree I cut down, I can still craft it into planks and sticks. Right. Damien saying this is interesting because seeing someone discover the game brand new is exciting. I think it's quite funny as well, because me discovering the game brand new, I think is quite interesting because it's like it's like flipping the script, so your teacher knows nothing. And so someone who've used as like a kind of a source of knowledge is just kind of lost in this stuff, and I think that's quite funny. Probably don't need to dig all of this out, do I? I didn't realize the bedrock was going to be in different kind of shapes like that. Oh, Nicole's thinking that maybe I won't find much more. Maybe I go back up. Yeah, Damien's like, just found out about this new game. It's like I'm discovering Among Us or something. Alright. What's my way out? Up here? Yes. Okay. I guess there's still a cave here somewhere. Right? Bats and water. And I'm hearing it more when I'm at this level. Oops. It's hard to tell, right? Because I don't know if should be digging up or down. Anyway, let's head back out because I just dug the torch by accident. Put it over there. I have got lots of new resources, which I should do something with. I can tell how much slower the stone axe is. Stone pickaxe. Oh! Hello. That's so slow. Alright. I'm just wasting time now. Let's... How far down did I go? I think that's my home up there. No, it's not. Oh, I can hear the llamas. Param says it might be above me, so back when I saw water there before, maybe once. Hexus1 saying diamonds spawn once per chunk, so you should move on to the next chunk. What's a chunk? Is a chunk a certain area that you mine? Can't mine gold, diamond, redstone, etc. with a stone pick. Right, so I should probably make sure that I make a new one. I'm not sure what the flint does. How much iron did I pick up? 14 raw iron. That's not bad. Raw iron. Give you some charcoal. Let that run for a while. Chunk is a 16 by 16 area. Right. Oh. F3 plus G. Chunk board is shown. Alright, so then I'll be able to see where I was and where else I'm gonna go. Oh, okay. Hello, llamas. It appears that the llama's owner is gone. I guess these are my llamas now. What shall I name them? No, don't burn yourself! Yep. Well, one of the llamas has come down into my... Oh no, wait, you're here! Okay, you can live here if you want. I'm cool with that. I'm cool. I'm cool with you. You're a friend. Except stop burning your llama. Chicken Junior. Oh, you think I should trap the trader? Or kill the trader and steal his llamas? I don't want to be mean at the beginning of me learning Minecraft. Anyway, that campfire appears to be a massive trap that other people are going to get caught in. I have a bucket of lava. Is there something I should be doing with a bucket of lava? Hello, llama. You appear to be my llama now. Because you're trapped in my little cave. Ooh, I can make a clock. I don't know why I want a clock. Build the llamas a pen. You get 2 leashes if you kill the trader. Wait, I think it went back out. Yep. Chicken Junior. That's the name of one of the llamas. And we can use the leashes for other pets. I don't want to kill the trader. It just feels wrong. Sorry, the trader appears to have, like, set up camp here and they're going to stay anyway. Alright, alright. What was I doing? Got my iron. Is that my charcoal? I can't remember. No, it wasn't. Coal, charcoal. Wait, coal. Obviously stacks up to 64. This is where people were telling me to make a chest, I think it was. Oak planks. So... Alright. It's not just oak planks, it's any planks. I get it. I get it now. Right. Planks. Spruce logs, spruce planks. Cool. Wait, can I repeat that? No, I did the wrong thing. Right. Lots of planks, which I should now be able to make into chest. Sweet. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I am building up a slow understanding of how this game works. Right, now I can chuck a whole bunch of... Wow, I don't think I need all this cobblestone. It doesn't feel like... Considering how much I've... This is just the random stuff that I've just been digging out of the ground, isn't it? I totally don't need it. People saying, make a house for the trader so that it doesn't escape. Alright, lots of cobblestone. Don't know if that's genuinely needed. Some diorite, some gravel, some andesite, and some granite. Spruce logs. Maybe. I'll keep the planks and the sticks. There's my lava bucket. And some diamonds. Just carrying the rotten flesh around. Store my redstone to dust. So when I'm crafting, I'm going to need to get stuff out of my chest and be carrying in my inventory to craft, right? I'll build with the cobblestone. Perfect. Perfect. That makes actually a lot of sense. It's much better than building with dirt. Alright. Put away my coal and my charcoal. This stuff I'm carrying around with me. The iron I'm about to make some stuff out of. So what are people saying I should make with iron? Armor. Right. Preston's like, I love how Mark's chest is instinctively organized. Can't help it. I really don't know if I need poppies. I know the coal I could leave in here because the furnace is right next to it. So mushrooms are stuff I'm potentially going to eat. These are things I'm going to need. Oh, I'm going to store the arrows because I don't have a bow. I mean, maybe I can just fix that by making a bow. Alright, alright. Not the furnace. Here, let us create a suit of armor. Legs is +5, boots is +2. Did I make a helmet before? No, I only made tools, didn't I? Helmet's +2. I'm just trying to go from the number of ingots that I have. I guess the chest plate is one of the more important pieces. And I could make a helmet on top of that. Except that would rule me out from stuff like a pickaxe. No, pickaxe is more important, because that stone pickaxe is kind of not super useful. Alright. And that rules me out from making any other armor. That's fine. Yeah, look at me. First piece of armor. Alright, I've still got iron ingots. I can't do anything with them just yet. Wait, let's put them in here. However, I feel like it's time to start expanding upwards. What kind of house do I want? I guess I gotta start simple. Let's get ourselves some flat-ish foundations first, at least. And I will surround my... Oops. So my little mine will be inside the house, I guess. Yeah, Preston's like, remember to make another iron pickaxe. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't make another piece of armor then. Shovel on the dirt. Right. Okay, okay. I used up all my dirt. It's okay. Dirt was not super important. Okay. I'm not really sure what I want for this yet. But I'm going for my ground floor here. I'm gonna have my pillar of dirt as being inside the house. But maybe I should have made the foundations all out of cobblestone. Let's change plans. Oops. Right, so this base layer, it's nighttime, isn't it? It's not a good time to be half built. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Have a plan. Okay. So gonna get annoyed at that. Pickaxe. Alright, so my stairs are now made of cobblestones, at least. Get some more of this. I don't know where my wall is going to be. Modest size house to begin with. Can I dig up this campfire? Yes, I can. Wait. Just made it very dark here. Well, let's deal with that later. I should probably just build a wall around this rather than just stuffing around with foundations. But I'm just trying to decide how big I want this to be. Let's start around yay large. Oh, wait. I mean, that's fine. I'm going to replace my ceiling, my dirt ceiling, with a cobblestone ceiling. This is the fun bit, isn't it? It's like building stuff. Alright, there's my stairs. And I'm building my ground floor here. I've got more range on placing blocks than I think I have. What are we saying? Make stone castle, keep a pet creeper, brick chimney, wood planks make nice looking walls. Edel's saying, I see you're progressing well in single player. Thank you. Thank you. I am sort of. You can make actual stairs. Oh, there's a craft. There's actually crafting stairs. All right. Let's think about that later. Is that... Can I still get down these now? Oh, no, I can't. Running out of cobblestones, but I've got plenty more where that came from. Especially now that I can get in and out of here without... Oh, wait. I had more in my inventory. Okay. That's my little floor layout. Oh, it's not... Alright, let's make it so it's actually rectangular. Sorry, llama, just hitting the llama with a shovel. Okay. And I'll build my walls around this. People were suggesting that wood plank walls will be nice. We can totally do that. Got plenty of planks down here. Oh, I've got logs at least. Oh, I'm holding planks. Let's just make more of these into planks. Which one don't I need right now? I don't need that right now because I'm not going around and exploring. Oh, if I time this right, I'm going to have llamas in my room. I'm going to want a door as well, aren't I? I haven't built one. Oh, the room just got a lot smaller because I forgot that walls take up space. Still, that's okay. Let's have a look at the kind of footprint. It's sort of tiny at the moment, but it's an upgrade on my little basement dweller cave that I had here before. Oh wait, it's one of my cobblestone blocks. All right, so I've got my basement that leads to my mines, and I've got the beginning of my I should probably decide where the door is going to be before I go much further. Logs, dirt, planks. Door this way? Maybe. Do some nice stairs here. Wait, there's actual stairs, someone was saying. Oh, wait. Like, why is there nothing there? Spruce stairs, andesite stairs, cobblestone slab, cobblestone stairs. Nice. So, let's swap that for that. Oh, I only made 4 of them. Haha. Haha. Alright, now I have smooth stairs that I don't have to keep jumping for. And let's do the same here. And I'll make the doorway up at this level, leading out to here. Right, 2 more stairs. Yeah, 4 will do. 4 is fine. Oh, that's much easier. It's not having to jump. Alright, there's the stairs to my door, but I'm gonna need to make a door. Something's gonna come and like inhabit my my house, right? What are people saying? Firearm is asking me, are you teaching 1511 next term, Mark? I am not. I'm teaching graphics next term. But a friend of mine is teaching 1511 next term. Sasha Vassar, who some people may have met in things like the HCI courses and stuff like that. She actually was my student when I was a tutor at CSE years and years ago, and we both kind of came back and kept teaching and stuff. So she's taking it instead of me, which I think would be cool. Someone said rebuild UNSW in Minecraft. That would be pretty full on. Shitake said it's okay, llamas are unfeeling abominations. To think we would have had alpacas and the community voted no. Why would anyone vote no? Izzy said chicken statue. That would be very cool. I should figure out how to do that. And then make it. It's gonna have to be pretty big, I think, if 1 pixel is a block. Edel said the blackout today killed your NBN, so you're on your hotspot. Thought you'd pop by momentarily to say hi. All the best from the Minecraft stream. Thanks, Edels. Please don't burn your mobile internet just to hang out here. I think that's probably not a good idea. Yeah, I got lucky because I got blacked out, but then everything in my house turned back on, so it's fine. My fridge is working. I'm not losing food. My NBN modem came back up, so everything was kind of okay. Kunatai Radar Challenger says, let's name it Kendrick Lamar. That's good. Kendrick Lamar. One of the llamas is now called Kendrick. Craft doors so monsters can't walk in. So let's craft a door. It's not in that stuff. Maybe in these? Maybe I don't know it. Oh yeah, I do. I was going to say, maybe I don't know it. Ooh, iron door? Spruce door. Let's go for a wooden door. Wait, 3 wooden doors. Okay. Fence gates. Ooh, trapdoor. Yes. I want a trapdoor. I can put it over my my path to the basement. Okay. Doors. Oops. How does one open doors? Right click. Haha. Okay, it's not exactly in the right place though. I kind of want it on this outer edge. Let's do the Minecraft thing and destroy things to put them back in your inventory. Did that do that? Yeah, it does. I love it. Well, let's see how that... Yes, that's what I want. Beautiful. Alright. Windows would be nice. Windows on some of these walls. Let's see how we can build those. It appears I lack the capability to make windows. Oh, I assume glass is not something that's trivial to make, is it? Ooh, I can make bowls now. Which means I can cook my mushrooms. Or at least make mushroom soup. I can't remember where it was. It was here, wasn't it? Rabbit stew. Mushroom stew. Oh, no. It's not just the brown mushrooms. I'll need some red mushrooms as well. Okay. Smelt sand for glass. Okay, cool. Every different wood makes a different door. That's so cool. Birch will give me a Japanese paper door. Spruce is medieval. That's one I've got, I think. Oak has little windows. Need sand. Cool. Have I seen the game Hyperbolica? I have not seen the game Hyperbolica. Be interested to see what it is. Sand is glass. Cook sand for glass. Alright. Oh, it's a 4D game. Interesting. Okay, sand. I assume I'm gonna shovel this. Oh wait, I need to actually pick this up. My house is so safe. my my waist high walls and a door you can walk around. um, just gonna... That takes ages. I should just hit it with a tool. If I break this, is everything just going to spill out everywhere? Maybe I will make another chest and move stuff in between them. I'm just thinking, now that I have a space, I'm going to put my stuff on the ground floor rather than... Oh, wait. Rather than having it in my little dungeon down there. I had trapdoors, didn't I? I have a feeling that this trapdoor... it's not actually that useful to have the trapdoor. I guess it is. I guess it's better than falling. But I want it at a higher level than that, don't I? Wait, it's wood. Use the axe. Right. Got to figure out how to do it at the top level. Make a few furnaces so you can smelt lots of stuff at once. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that's the height of trapdoor that I wanted. Attach one there. Wait, there are different heights now. Oh, aesthetic is gonna kill me. Let's not bother with that one. Oh, use the axe. Maybe I don't need one there. It's weird that they're hinged differently. That's okay, though. And I think... Wait, no, not okay. Let's have all of them hinged the same way, because otherwise I will get annoyed with that. Right, so now, yes, they're both hinged from that side, and I'm going to need 2 more. Actually, I don't know if know if I can fit one there. Maybe just 1 more, and then I won't be falling in then. Ooh, pressure plate. Yeah, it won't let me put that one there. That's fine. That's fine. Doesn't need to be there. Don't need the doors anymore. But at least now I can walk around here without falling into my dungeon. Okay. What were we doing? We were melting sand to make glass. Where's my charcoal? It's downstairs, isn't it? You can see me now starting to get the hang of it. And I think things are going faster now. I can see why people meant, like, mine was organized when it totally didn't need to be. Okay, so now the basement is no longer my home. It's just the way to the mines. Oh, it's 1 chest. Isn't that useful? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm playing Minecraft. Find and kill sheep for wool to sleep soon. Oh, I need to make a bed, don't I? How are we doing here with glass? I have one piece of glass. I thought I had more sand than that. What recipes did I? Oh wait. Iron door. Glass pane. Okay. I do have more sand than that. So gonna need more charcoal. Right. Here we go. Lots of charcoal, lots of sand. You will make me lots of glass while I go civilized. We're leaving by the door, even though we don't have to. Go look for sheep. Gonna need something to kill sheep with. Can't I just shear them? Michael, it's like watching a kid grow up. So heartwarming. 6 glasses for a pain. The sand is in the chest. Yeah, people are reminding me of things as I'm figuring it out. Maybe I should build this house in a secure fashion and then put the windows in after I know that the house is safe. I feel like that is spruce planks. I'm gonna need more planks than that. Alright. Oh, it has to kind of be attached to another block, doesn't it? It's much easier to just walk around the top. This reminds me of when I was watching people build stuff in Minecraft, and they're like so much faster than me because they've just got the timing of the right click with the movement. Oh no, that's annoying. Climb back up. That's about... No, I want it a little bit higher. The roof. Now I'm gonna need a way to get there. Feels like it was quicker to walk backwards. Oh. Ah, now I'm getting it. Figuring out what to click. Right. What was I doing? I was getting stuck. Wait, I can do this from down here. No, I can't. No, I can't. Let's build new stairs. I can see why people might want to fly instead of having to walk around to do all this stuff. Shitaki's heading off to sleep. Thank you. Saying have fun. I'll see you later. Also, we have been on stream for 3.5 hours. I can see why there's heaps of people who have left now as well, which is totally fair enough. I'm going to put a roof on this and then call it a night, I think. I don't know if I should have used a different material for the roof, but, you know. This'll do for now. My very first enclosed dwelling in Minecraft. Am I out of... No, it's out of range. Not quite done. I don't know how many more I'm going to need up there. 8 should do it. Except I can't get back up there. Let's take away these. Don't need these anymore. I'm going to need some on the outside, though. Yes! Haha! An enclosed house. It's pretty, pretty basic. I think I want this roof a bit higher and some windows and stuff like that, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Alright, alright. I did some gaming on my stream that I said I was gonna game in, and I talked for 2 hours instead. In before monsters start spawning in the house. Okay, okay. So I assume that these dark corners are a bad thing. Is this okay now? Are they gonna spawn underground as well and try to come up through the trapdoor? Oh well, that's a problem for later. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you all for hanging out. Hopefully the homework assignment that I've given you is fun. You catch up with someone who you haven't spoken to in a while, and like it's interesting or something like that. And I will see you next week. Not sure what we're gonna do next week. Man, I should have eaten more food. It looks like I'm getting hungry, and like I said, I will continue. See if I can do things like make a bed and go to sleep and stuff like that. My character has been awake for many days and nights now. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Alrighty. Oh, Kat says thanks for the ambience while I finish my assignment. So I hope your assignments are going well at the moment. I know just after Flex Week is very common due date time for assignments. So hopefully that's all going well for everyone. Good night all. Good night Nicole. Good night Param. Good night Clarissa. Hope everyone's having fun. Oh, someone's saying shift click was a beta. And Clarissa's saying the dirt pillar looks like a chimney. So yeah. Well, maybe I'll end up putting a fireplace in there eventually. Yeah. All right. Good night all. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you soon. Hopefully I saved that. All right.